Well, have you met
No.
Larry the Cucumber? I don't think so. He seems very nice.
No,
What
I never
about
watched
perhaps
with one
VeggieTales.
arm?
Cable guy?
I have straight up been told that I sound like Bob the Tomato, but I've never seen VeggieTales.
You kind
Oh,
of.
you
You
haven't seen
do
VeggieTales?
sound like Bob the Tomato.
I'm gonna start sending VeggieTale stuff then.
Oh, please don't.
I'm
Oh,
going to.
God.
Larry
used
the
to love
Cucumber
it.
Gotta show
Welcome,
you.
everyone.
is Bob the Tomato's best friend.
Oh my God.
Tomato, what did you say, Chris? Tomato voice?
Bob the Tomato from VeggieTales.
Oh, I never watched VeggieTales.
See? Same.
Missed
my
out.
gosh.
I was just
that shaped
talking
my
to
childhood.
Land of Dark Dreams folks on Wednesday about Sesame. Somebody was making some noise, and I said it sounds like the noise that Oscar the Grouch makes when he goes back down in his can and he starts looking for something, and you hear that all that noise. Anyways, hello everybody and welcome to TTRP Theater. Tonight's presentation of Manhattan, the Enlightened episodes. The game we are playing is KULT Divinity Lost by Helmgast. I am Curtis, Old Curtis VO on Twitter, and I am the game master for tonight's story. Tonight is our final of 5 stories and the finale for our entire Manhattan series about our characters and some of the significant events that they've gone through after their enlightenment on their way to awakening. But before we begin, I'd like to thank all of you out there live on Twitch and anybody later on YouTube. You are the reason we do this. And when I say we, I'm talking about us here that you see on the screen. Tabletop Roleplay is a group of actors, artists, writers, and gamers, all who love to nerd out on role-playing games, and we really love an audience. So welcome to our theaters. Let's meet our players. I think we'll start with Sasha tonight.
Good evening. My name is Duke, and I play Sasha, the Nocturnal.
Hello, I am Krista, and I play Blythe, the Angel.
My name is Chris Stonecipher. I play Dr. Ernest Kennedy, the Magician.
My name is Erica, and I play Joel, the Hound.
My name is Jaylee. I play Harvey Winston, the Chosen.
Thank you, players. Absolutely awesome. 26 episodes in, and we just about nailed it.
I forgot where I went there for a second.
That's okay. I was being silly when I said, I think we'll start with Sasha tonight. It's like we always start with Sasha. Anyways, thank you, players. And let's just go ahead and jump right into tonight's episode. Angelus Mortis.
iPad sometimes.
Twitch just doesn't
Welcome
like it,
back.
it's fine.
Oh, nothing crazy happening this time when we come back.
Oh, I tweeted about the finale stream, so I hope we're going to get some new people watching for the finale at least.
I was hoping you were
Say
going to
new
say I
people?
tweeted about Bob the Tomato.
Oh, I definitely
No, I
did
put
not
that in
tweet
the
about Bob the
Discord.
Tomato. No.
Now I'm disappointed.
Oh, nice.
I know it wasn't Bob, but where is my hairbrush?
That's Larry the Cucumber, man.
See, never watched any VeggieTales.
Larry the
So I
Cucumber.
at least know that reference.
No VeggieTales.
Cheeseburger
No,
sauce.
he
is so
says, "Have we got a show for you?"
Yes.
Well, that's true.
All right. So let's get creepy.
Wait, are we watching VeggieTales? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
VeggieTales is so wholesome. It's never creepy.
Let me
Believe it.
let me cue some of that up. All right. In our first few episodes of the Enlightened episodes, Dr. Kennedy and Joel secured a home fortress, some demonic slaves, and put their group of enlightened companions in a pretty strong position to handle whatever came at them next. A new twist in Harvey's theater career happened in the third episode, and a parley with a clan of Nosferatu led by the infamous Marlon Bones in the fourth with Sasha. Now, Dr. Kennedy having the ability to bind temples, Joel's strength as protector and avenger, Harvey's connection to Malkuth, and Sasha's clever plan to use the Nosferatu, they will attempt to reclaim the Temple of Golab so that it may become the Palace of Blythe. In 1974, a woman named Angela, tortured by years of abuse and drug addiction, was put under the influence of a drug that tore open the illusion of humanity's prison and thrust Angela into a world she did not know. In her mind, she had been living in hell for almost her entire life, but this was real. This was a hell of Dante or the Apostle Paul. This was a hell that couldn't be described in adequate terms for any common man. Only the word hell will work to describe it. For the scientists that watch Angela as she experienced this trip beyond the veil, it only lasted a couple of hours. For Angela, it was days, months, maybe years. During that time, she was taken as a slave by a death angel, impregnated and released so that her child could be born a power in Elysium. That child's name is Blythe. We open tonight with Blythe and one of the many conversations she's had with her training angel, David, as it were. And Blythe, you've spent a lot of different moments with David. He's been the one who's sort of brought you into acceptance of some of the things that you have now as a power. He too has some of the abilities that you have. However, he has expressed to you before that you are definitely more powerful than he is in the long run. And on this particular day, you are where he likes to take you. After you stretch your wings out for a little while amongst the sky of Manhattan, you land on a rooftop just for a conversation. And he tells you you have a destiny. Did you know that?
A destiny? What do you mean? Like fate?
Yeah. We've known about you for a while. I mean, even before we knew your name, we knew you existed.
Who's we?
Other angels?
You knew about me?
Well, I don't want to sound all, I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of like a prophecy or a foretelling.
Well, what did it say?
Well, I mean, it's basically, well, we think it's you. You're very powerful. We know that. And you haven't learned all of your abilities, but supposed to swing the balance of power in this city, make it a little less dark.
That's what I want. That's what I've always wanted.
You guys, you and your friends, you've been thinking and talking about taking back your temple, haven't you?
Mhm. Yeah, I think we're close. I think it's gonna happen soon.
Some powerful people have taken that. People. I don't even know if I should call them people. They're not people. Powers have taken that temple.
But you think it'll be okay though, right? You think we can manage? I mean, Sasha, he has all those vampires.
Yes, you are all very well equipped, for sure. More powerful than many of the enlightened that we've come across, and there's not very many of those in Elysium anymore, or Manhattan. I'll be there, Blythe, to help you if I can.
Do you promise? I don't want any of my friends getting hurt. You know, they're like a family to me.
Of course. Well, I will do my absolute best in that regard. You are my number one concern, however. Maybe you guys shouldn't do that. Maybe you should just stay at the Flak Chatters and spread your wings, as it were.
You know, I can't do that. That's my home. It seems just awful if I just leave it to some festering powers just getting bigger and stronger in there. You know, who knows what's going to happen if they claimed the temple. You know, what else are they going to do?
Well, I don't know, Blythe. My job was to protect and to teach you, and it's gotten to the point to where you know everything that I do, and at this point, you're probably stronger than me, and I will certainly do everything I can to help you. I think maybe the safer version is just to give it up, but that's just me wanting to spend more time with you.
We'll have all the time in the world after this.
Of course. You should see Tom when you get back. He went and, well, one of the tarot readers was back in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom's got a thing for the tarot readers.
Of course he does.
And he mentioned that he knows something about your future, and I don't, you know Tom, so you might check him out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go talk to him.
So when you get your temple, what do you plan on doing?
God, I don't know. I assume, I'll just be more badass than I already am, and we'll go from there.
You make me laugh. You are badass.
I try. You'll come around, right? To the temple?
I will be there if you need me.
Cool.
Just call my name.
Thanks. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we've been gone a while. Perhaps should we get back?
Yeah.
So you fly away
Mhm.
and head back. And you can... I don't do as good a job at playing this out as I thought I could. David is he's kind of flirty.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell he has a bit of an interest. Now, you've had a chance to meet Tom. If you're going to go see Tom.
Yeah, I'll go see Tom.
And he is kind of an odd guy. You've thought he dresses kind of like a Mormon. Black suit, thin black tie, white shirt. But he's so clean cut with his parted hair and, baby face. So you don't even, if you go back to the building and stop me at any moment if I take you someplace that you don't want to go.
No, that's where I would go.
Tom, who, for the record, is a liaison for the Flag Chatters to the people abroad. He has communications with several different people, and I'm sure that Dr. Kennedy got to the bottom of the whole Tom situation as soon as he took over the building. And that's kind of Tom's position, is just a conduit, a connection of information between some of the powers, just because he's been there and has developed this bit of position. But he does have a bit of a crush on you as well, Blythe, which you've gotten used to. It sort of seems to come with the
that
territory.
Was from day one.
For you, exactly. But Tom tells you, and I don't have to do the voice changer because you can talk to him live. But Blythe, I saw a tarot reader.
Yeah, David said that you met with someone. What's that all about?
Oh, you're so special, Blythe. Maybe you don't have to do this.
Why does everyone keep saying that? It's gonna be fine. It'll be okay.
But
do you know something? Am I not gonna get queenmanship? Am I just gonna? Are we gonna get wrecked?
I don't know. She said it was going to be hard, and there was going to be lots of death. She saw death everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna kick ass, take names, and it'll be fine. It'll be great. I'll get the temple. It's cool, Tom, right?
I don't know, Blythe. You're pretty special, and I've always tried to keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, you've mentioned that once or twice.
I'd really hate to see anything happen to you or your friends. It's really, your friends that I'm more worried about. I don't know if they have the same powers that you do, and I don't.
I'll protect them.
It could be very
Hey.
lonely in that temple.
Well, you'll call me, won't you?
Of course I will. I'll call you every day.
All right. Well, let's not go that far.
You don't like it when I
But-
call you?
No. Okay. No, it'll be fine. I'm hoping that my friends will come to visit, and maybe I want Joel to be there with me. She's kind of, I don't know. She's like my sister. She's cool.
Yeah, you guys have been rooming up, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what about... I'm kind of worried about the boss.
The boss, like,
Well, it's my boss now, but Dr. Kennedy, he's learned some things and he's pretty powerful too, but
he'll be fine. He knows so much magic, mumbo jumbo. He mutters and he draws with chalk. He has more notes now than he did before, if that's even possible.
well, yeah, but what if you become more of an experiment than an event?
I guess I didn't think about it like that. I feel like Ernst has passed that point with me. I don't think he looks at me like an experiment. I think I'm more of a nuisance than anything.
Well, I hope so, but the cards were pretty ominous. Now, she couldn't be very specific about me. Reading tarot for us in this building is odd. It's more generalized, and the only thing I could keep thinking about was poor Blythe.
You really think something bad's gonna happen?
You remember the doctor, right?
Well, God, yes. I remember him.
Oh, it's
You
just
think it's-
scary.
You think he's gonna come back? He can't come back, right? We got rid of him, right?
Well, anybody can come back.
Oh
I
God.
mean, how did you guys get rid of him?
How did we get rid of him?
Do you remember?
Did we say his name and he's gone?
Yes, I learned his real name
Okay.
when I was in Inferno, and I used
Okay.
that to destroy him permanently.
was-
I couldn't remember if he came back after that.
And he was banished to
Okay.
Inferno.
Okay. Yeah, he's gone. We said his name.
That doesn't mean that he can't come
His
back from
very
Inferno.
specific
But
name that I know off the top of my head, and he's gone.
All right. Well, all I can say is be careful. And you should take your friends with you. You're all very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel silly asking this. Does your friend still has the key, right?
Yeah, I think that's the whole point, right? We take the key into
Right.
the thing and we put it in the lock and then it works and then it's mine.
Yeah, I think that's very important.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know for sure, Blythe. Personally, I'd rather you just stayed right here. But, I know there's bigger powers play, and you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got to do this. I know you and David, you're worried, but I we haven't been beaten yet. We've always come out on top.
That's right.
So I don't think it'll
Oh, that
I
makes
don't
me
think
feel
it'll be a
better.
problem.
That
Yeah,
makes me feel better.
don't you worry, Tom. I will be back and it'll be fine. And I'll invite you over sometime to the temple. You can check it out.
Oh, you're gonna invite me over?
I mean, yeah, you can come over.
Nice. You're really
Well-
nice. You're really special, Blythe.
Thank you, Tom.
All right. Well, if I hear anything else, I'll let you know, and you can keep us informed when you guys take this on.
Yeah, of course. I think it's gonna be soon. I think I'm gonna go back and talk to Joel and finalize some stuff, but yeah, I think we're ready.
Excellent. And a few pleasantries, and he still acts shy and kind of ducks his head often and doesn't like to make long-term eye contact with you, and is just being his Tom self. And I'll let you go back up to your room if you like to interact with your fellows.
Yes. I assume I go up and it's Ernie and Joel. Or at
Probably
least
Joel for sure. I'm not sure where Ernie spends the majority of his time, but he might be up there. We'll say that this is evening time, around supperish.
Okay. And how long has it been since the Harvey escapade?
About 5 days.
Okay.
Well, Curtis, I told you what Ernie has been working on. I
Mhm.
expect that he's working pretty hard to make sure that that gets designed.
Yeah, you have by this point developed a binding ritual that you think will work for Blythe when you locate the right part of the temple in which to perform it.
Okay.
But yes, you've got something in your pocket that you think is pretty solidly going to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish.
All right. Then if I've already gotten that designed and it's ready to go, I'm probably going to be trying to go over the final plan with Joel to make sure that we have all our ducks in a row.
Super. Then we will set that up as the scene that Blythe comes back up, and y'all can start hashing that out. Or if you wanted to bring Sasha and Harvey over as well to have a strategy session, or
Yeah, I was gonna say if Duke is
Wow.
the leader of the night creatures, wouldn't
Right.
he have to be
Yeah.
involved in our little war
Well, and
plan?
Harvey has the
Yes.
keys, so yes, both of them are very key
They are
components of
very
this entire process.
Important puzzle pieces.
All right, then I will turn it over to the 5 of you as you are in the apartment or so, and yeah.
So I don't think that Sasha has any particular love for keeping these vampiric individuals alive per se. So why not have them take the brunt of the force?
I mean,
So-
yeah, that would be the best plan to just get rid of as much bodies as possible, right? That was the whole point of getting the army gathered.
Well,
Yeah.
it's taking 2 birds out with a single stone. Yes?
Yeah. Send them in. Let them get massacred first. or do the massacring, and then we go in with the
mean,
key, boop it
Can-
in there, and then it's done.
Ernie, can you open more than one door at a time?
Keeping doors open takes an immense amount of pre-planning, a very specialized ritualistic work. It's one thing for me to open a quick door to take Joel back to her apartment, or to create the door between your and Harvey's apartment and ours here in the tower. It's another thing entirely to create a system in which many beings could pass through. I think that it's best if the vampire clan simply assaults from out front, and we sneak in the side with a small strategic task force, for lack of a better term.
I don't disagree with that. I just was hoping um, if there was a surprise element and the ability to have part of the Nosferatu rush from the front, but then also be able to
Pincer from a different entrance, potentially.
somewhere inside and gain the surprise advantage.
The only problem with doing something like that I foresee is that we no longer know the nature of the building.
We need an
We know where
ambush.
it is, of course, which is what makes the Nosferatu attacking from the main entrance, or potentially the side entrance that we went in when we located Miss Watson. It makes that more possible, but not knowing the interior of the building any longer, the best I can do is some relative approximation of where we were when we went in that first time.
So we're all in agreement we need the biggest distraction we can so that we can sneak in, get what we need to get done, and hopefully avoid having to fight an entire army by ourselves.
I'm sure we'll end up fighting more than our fair share anyway.
I definitely think that the majority of the forces should attack from the front. We should keep a contingent to either attempt a second entrance from somewhere in the building, perhaps just attempting to rend and tear their way in through some other spot that they can find.
Divert any additional forces.
Yes. The more attention we can draw away from ourselves, I think the better.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that once we are inside, it's imperative that we locate the door as quickly as possible with as little distraction as possible.
Yeah. That's my vote.
I really think it's gonna be right where it was. I don't know. I just get that feeling.
Then we're going off of a tentative crayon drawn map that you and I made.
Well, yes. But it's in pink crayon, so
So do you mean down in the dark?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite an extensive series of tunnels that we did not explore.
And that we could possibly accidentally walk into because we had to do it all from memory.
Yes.
But it's the closest thing we have.
And we got to do it, and I think we got to do it soon. I feel it. I feel like we don't have any time to waste.
Sasha, how quickly can you get the Nosferatu in line?
Give me an hour.
Shit, we're doing this like tonight.
I don't want to wait anymore, dude. I
I
think
think you've
this is our
waited.
chance.
Yes, I think you've waited long enough, Blythe.
Harvey, you're quiet. That's not like you.
This isn't. I'm just here for support and whatever Blythe needs.
You know it's more
Thanks.
than that, though, Mr. Winston.
Yeah.
If we do this right, your debt could be erased.
You know, I've held out on a lot of false hope, and I don't want to do that again. But I want to find out where the store is, put the key in, and get Blythe's place back from whatever's in there.
Yeah, but I think, doing that is also going to help you a lot. I just think we're connected like that. I think it's bigger than just the key, or bigger than just, getting the temple to be mine. I think it's both.
So we know that we will have to deal with butchers. We know that we will have to deal. Well, we don't know that we will have to deal with the Asgul, which Blythe was quite helpful with.
Yeah.
But
Ernie,
remember, it only lasted a short time. It only listened for a short time. It was only hooked for a short time. Now, we are all much faster, stronger, more dangerous than we were previously. We all know more than we did. But that doesn't mean that we are invulnerable. That doesn't mean that we should take chances. If we want to free Harvey and we want to give Blythe the throne that she is heir to, then we have to be
careful.
smart, and we have to be careful.
Just look out for each other, okay?
But we might have to accept the fact that maybe not all of us will be coming back.
We've all learned that death is not the end.
Yeah.
But
sure
it'll be
isn't
fine.
Fun.
It'll be fine. We can't
Wait.
think like that, We can't put that out. And, David and
We can put it out
Tom,
there, but use it. Remember, use it. That means sometimes you will have to do whatever it takes.
I know. I intend to.
I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about the cube and the door, and I'm a little nervous that we might be unleashing something that we don't want to unleash, because it's happened before, and this cube just keeps leading us into these traps.
We can't trust anything.
Well, Ernie, do you have any idea? Like, have you done any more research on the cube? Do you know possibly? I'm fishing here. I'm nervous. Like, whatever's in the temple, I know we can handle, but whatever's behind
Mr. Winston,
the door.
I understand. The problem is we can't trust anything that any of the creatures from the other side say. We can't trust anything that any of them tell us. Malkuth, it seems, at least, has been relatively forthright in what she's told us.
Yeah, but sometimes we've thought it was Malkuth telling us things when it wasn't.
Exactly.
But
To be fair,
Fuck.
the only thing
Nothing is easy.
that we can trust in is our own divinity.
each other.
We are the masters of this realm. We were always told. Well, we weren't told. That's the problem. We should be the masters of this realm. We should be the masters of all the realms. But we're not because of the actions these beings have taken, the illusion they've put us under. This is one small step in us retaking what is rightfully ours.
Exactly.
There's a knock on the apartment door.
I think I'm the closest to the door, so I'll go over there. Is there a peephole? Have we decided?
I believe Ernie has installed.
Good night,
peepholes in every
everybody.
door of the
Oh,
building.
yeah, there is absolutely a peephole in that door.
Oh, good.
There
Good,
are
good, good.
peepholes in literally
Everywhere.
every door in this entire tower now.
Oh God, not in the bathroom.
Oh no.
Hey,
Oh,
it's an
God.
inside to outside
know.
peephole.
And
Oh,
isn't,
okay.
isn't it a strange thing that all the peepholes on the bathroom doors are all put in backwards? How did that
No,
happen?
that is precisely the opposite of what I just said.
So
Nice.
yeah, when you open the door, it is David.
David.
And his wings are put away. He's just in jeans and like this white shirt with his sleeves rolled up and sort of buttoned down. He's like this kind of godly looking, hunk of a man, blonde hair, all muscles, rather cute, and in that regards, and he looks kind of upset, like in a scared sort of way.
Sasha walks over and puts his hand under Harvey's chin and is like, control yourself.
Oh, shut up! Not my type.
Hey,
Besides,
hey.
it's Bly's boyfriend anyways. She'd probably chop your head
Oh
off.
my
She is
Go for it.
too
God,
young.
he's
She is
not
too
my
young for a
boyfriend.
boyfriend right now. She does not need to be thinking about.
Okay. David, would you like to come in?
Oh, she would love for you to come in.
Um,
I think David
Oh.
needs to be coming in anywhere.
Protection.
Oh
Protection.
my. Okay, maybe we should go outside in the hallway.
he's holding a box. It's it looks like a small wooden box.
We
Is
are
he
a
coming
couple
in with the
years
box?
off from seven.
He doesn't really know. He's like stuck between are we going out in the hall? Am I coming in?
Come in.
Okay.
Come in, David. She
Don't
would
pay
love for you to
attention
just
the
come
peanut
in.
gallery.
Harvey
Take a
rolls
load
his
off. Tell her to
eyes.
just shut her mouth, and I need. Okay, just come in. What's wrong? What's going on?
Somebody brought this for you.
What? Who brought it?
Just a nobody, a messenger, an errand person.
Did you open it? Did you not think to open it?
No, we opened it.
Okay.
What's in it?
It's a hinged wooden box. It looks carved. There's no seams to it. It's not like put together with boards. The corners have a slight bit of roundness to them. It looks old. And when you lift the lid, it's not lined or anything. It's just a straight sort of little wooden box about the size of a jewelry box. And inside of it, it is almost full of bloody fingernails. Like fingernails that have been ripped out of people's fingers.
Ah.
Oh,
There's
David.
like
That is not
50
a
or
way to-
60 of them in there.
Ugh.
Even
Well,
family.
oh my-
This is an emblem of the Death Angel Golab, the torturer.
They're challenging us.
What, like a duel?
That's what we're going to do, right?
We're not
How
walking
did
10
they
paces turning
how
and shooting.
did they know that we were planning the assault so quickly?
It's
I bet you it was Tom. Tom probably ratted us out. I never trusted him.
It's not freaking Tom. Tom's fine. He's just a weird, awkward little boy.
Would we
How
have
they
moles,
start.
though? Ernie, would you know that? Do you keep
Sorry,
track of everybody?
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Do you like keep track of everybody that comes in and out of the building? Like, would we have a mole without even knowing it?
It's entirely possible. So many of the explorers, I'm still not happy with that term. Henchman is too beside the point.
Thank you.
So many of the explorers are constantly going in and out. It's not as though we've been making our plans a secret.
And it's not as though we're not planning against some wildly omnipotent power.
Good point.
Do you think they have a connection with me? Like, do you think because they're in my house, they just know what I'm doing? That's creepy.
Well, we don't know your full parentage.
If you guys want me to, I have powers. I can go recon the building for you.
No.
I couldn't let you do that, David. That's too risky. Going in by yourself?
We don't
No.
know what kind of forces they have that might be on the lookout for specifically winged individuals, especially knowing Blythe.
Did
So
somebody
that's
else
very unwise.
Did somebody else witness the messenger, David?
Witness
Was
the
somebody else
messenger.
there? Were they there with you when you got the box?
Oh, I didn't get the box. Tom got the box.
Hey,
And,
there you go.
He gave it to me to bring up to Blythe.
Tom is not a bad guy. He's fine. He's a little weird, but he's fine.
Every guy walks around delivering boxes full of fingernails. Blind.
Well, Tom typically is the person who signs for all of the deliveries to the building, so...
See, he's the package boy.
He was
I'm
the
sure
secretary.
if someone else sent a box of fingers to Sasha, he would go through Tom too.
Yes.
I mean, you probably go through Harvey's doorman at that point, but
So what do we do about this, Ernie? This, I guess we gotta revise our plan.
I don't think that there's much point.
I think the plan still stands. I think we just go in there and give it everything we got. And David, do you know anything about the torturer you said?
Well, yeah, Golab is one of the shadows of the Archons. He's a death angel. All of the torture that is in the world, he's responsible for. If you want to rip the fingernails out of somebody, he's the one that puts that thought in your head. It's his part of the illusion.
He sounds cheerful.
So a thought.
Maybe I should just go fly around the building.
Don't.
No.
Mm-mm.
David, we need you at our side in the coming battle. I don't want to risk losing you to whatever anti-aircraft measures they have set up around the temple.
We'd be flying straight into a torture cave.
Anti-aircraft.
A thought, though, occurs to me. Perhaps it's absurd. Blythe, I know that your mother, through my own experiments,
Yeah.
went to and came back from somewhere. I
Hold
don't
the phone.
I don't know which realm she got stuck in. But when she came back, from what I learned of Joel's parents, their interactions with your mother, when she came back, she was pregnant with you. Your lineage is of the angel.
You're not suggesting that.
It's possible.
But I'm not a bad guy.
No, you're not. And
No,
that's a
sweetie,
good
of
thing.
course you're not.
I don't think your mom was either.
No,
But if
she wasn't.
my father is.
Hey, none of us should be defined by who our father was.
I mean,
Blythe.
look at Star Wars. It turned out fine, right?
I don't think it did.
Well, the
we still gotta
Darth
feed more
Vader
movies,
tossed
Richard.
the Emperor down that big chute
Yes,
with all the
Anakin redeemed
electricity.
himself.
What are you guys talking? What? Star Wars? Does that apply here? I don't.
When
I
does
was
Star
trying to
Wars
be
not
helpful.
apply, Mr. Winston?
Trying to make her feel better.
I don't know. It's not my
It'll-
forte.
I-
Ships.
What if I get stronger and I take over this temple and then I turn into something that I don't want to be?
Then we'll bring you back.
I don't. What if it's not that simple? What if I'm just stuck? What if I'm?
Because I trust you.
I don't want to hurt you guys.
We know that.
Here's how I know that that's something we shouldn't be worried about, because it's something that you're worried about.
Indeed.
If you were walking into this striding as if you were already queen and assuming this power as if it were yours by birth, by right, if you were acting as a tyrant, then I would be worried. But you're not.
No.
You're acting like someone who cares. You're acting like someone who has empathy. You're acting like someone who is worried for some bad decisions that they might make and how they might affect the people that they care about. And that is what makes you better.
Okay. I mean, I'm still worried. Like we're messing with stuff that I'm assuming this is going to be a really difficult battle. Like the worst we've done. I just know that, these powers on the other side, there's still stuff that's so much bigger and stronger than what we are. I don't want them to change who I am.
For now, Blythe. And that's the thing you have to keep in mind. We, from these creatures' own mouths, are the truly divine beings. Once we have fully mapped out our own abilities, we have no limitations. They do. And the only thing that we can do with that power is use it for humanity's betterment. However, I won't lie. I have the same concerns that you do. I don't want to see you become something awful. But you tend to refuse to listen to the counsel of others, of your friends, of the people that care about you. I want to know that I know you want to be better. I know you want to not be evil like these creatures. But I don't know that you'll be willing to accept counsel, advice, the love of your friends, that we can keep you on the right path, that we can keep all of us going in a way to better ourselves, to better the world. You're muted.
That is so hopeful, Ernie, that you just said all of that. It makes me feel so much better. Not.
Look, we've been in fucked up situations pretty much since we've met.
Yeah.
And every time we walked into one, we thought it was going to be worse than the last, and then worse than that. And every single time, we've had each other's backs. If we keep that up, and we promise not to get split up, we promise not to turn on each other, then we will always bring each other back from whatever situation, headspace, mental breakdown. And she looks right at Sasha.
He lights a cigarette.
We promise to always bring each other back. I'm out of family. You guys are the closest thing I've got.
I'm right there with you. You guys are literally all I have. If, anything happens to you guys, I'll never forgive myself. You guys are doing all this for me, and I really care about you guys.
Harvey makes like this awkward choked sob sound and like steps forward and wraps her up in a big hug.
She will give him an even bigger hug.
I love you, kiddo.
Aw.
Love you too. Love all you guys.
Love you too. And Joel like looks away because she's super uncomfortable.
Blythe
Harvey
will
looks
like
over,
pull out a
initiates a
hand.
group hug.
Yeah.
So
Grabs Joel and
Honestly,
pulls her in.
Ernie holds back. He's never, and that's the thing. Like he's never felt, like he's part of it. So,
Aw.
Ernie, come on.
You
If any time
asshole.
to
Get
hug
in
your
this
friends,
group
I think
hug
now's
right
the time
now.
Ernie, I will force you.
you
I'm
don't
really strong now.
you don't need to force me,
Sasha,
Mr.
feelings
Winston.
aside,
I just
help me out here. And Joel starts walking towards him to grab
Blythe
him.
will like initiate a group scooch to go and clump him into the group hug.
listen.
This is happening.
You all are. You are my family.
Oh.
Stop.
I think that's the
You know,
nicest thing he's ever
I
I
said.
tried to promise
heard
myself I wouldn't
nicer
cry before this
words.
big battle. You guys pull this bullshit.
Perhaps I should go. Says
Come here,
Blythe.
David.
No. David does not get to be in the group hug.
David can be in the group hug. He's
He's got a nasty box full of bloody fingernails. No.
He can put it down.
Sasha.
Joel.
Actually, that was a gift for Blythe.
Yeah. I guess it's mine now.
Oh.
I can use
According
it
to
as confetti when I
the Twitch stream, we're having some connectivity issues.
Fine on my Twitch.
Mine is still
Hi,
choppy,
Twitch.
but I'm seeing some
Okay.
comments.
Can you
Mhm.
hear us now?
AT&T guy.
It looks good on my monitor.
Edorf says back.
All right.
Okay. We're having a
You
moment.
You
never know
probably
with
just missed all of the heartfelt stuff. It's fine.
Yeah.
Tim,
We got
There was a group
a hug.
our lovely moderator Tim. We love you, Tim. T Dorf helps keep us all on our toes, and mine seems to be going all right. But in order to move things along, I have to ask, as the game master, do you guys have a plan?
Get some flashlights. Get some weapons.
I'll
and
give
let's-
you-
Raid the
yeah.
armory.
All right, so you got weapons and flashlights. How are you going to use the Nosferatu?
I'm gonna have Marlin coordinate it, and I want 60% of them to rush the front of the building, and then I want 20% trying to find their way in through the roof, and I want the other 20% trying to find their way in through the back.
Okay, so you're going to have them run the initial.
I want them to split up Golab's forces as much as possible.
Gotcha.
And keep them distracted in as many places as possible. That's why I was hoping for a door from Ernie so that we could at least send a portion of them inside. But that doesn't sound like it's going to be possible with the amount of time we have left before we want to get this started.
Yeah, when you coordinate this with Marlin Bones, he's got methods. We know back doors. So he can, for the most part, accomplish what it is you're asking them to do. So you're going to treat them as sort of a first wave and maybe sort of kill a lot of birds with one stone, as it were.
Yes, that's
We
the
have
plan.
Ernie's two minion guys.
Oh yeah, Harry and Marv are
Mhm.
coming.
Harry and Marv.
Oh, fuck, Harry and Marv.
And if the
Don't tell me you
Nosferatu-
forgot about Harry and Marv again.
No, I got them. I just didn't prep their tokens. I prepped your other ones though.
Oh, please tell me it's Joe
Oh.
Pesci and Daniel Stern.
No.
Oh, yes.
I didn't have time for all that.
Gosh dang it. Curtis, this is the last episode.
I
Okay.
know. I'm
For the-
also writing
pull out all
two
the
other
stops.
shows at the same
For the
time.
fans, though, for the fans, make sure that you are aware that anytime we talk about Harry and Marv, it's straight up Harry and Marv from Home Alone.
Yes,
Joe
it
Pesci
is.
and Daniel Stern.
Yeah, but they'll see Twisted on the tokens, so
Oh,
All right.
fine.
that's all
we'll
right.
take it.
I feel you. Let me
Okay, are we bringing any of the actual Flak Chatter forces from my temple?
We talked
The
about it.
employees.
David is
Those-
coming.
Yeah, obviously David's coming.
We should shove
Hot.
Tom at the very front and let him go in first.
No.
Mormon
Tom
Tom
would
is not.
die.
Those that are not
He
those that are
would
not set for violence are
himself.
not coming.
Yeah.
Yes, that's yeah.
Watch
Right.
Tom be the BBEG.
I just imagine him running in with like a stapler, like
Yeah, he's such a dork.
So are we setting in the forces on the other sides and we're going directly in to find the door?
Well, yeah, that was
So,
going to be my
yeah.
next question. Is you guys are then going to open a magical portal, right?
I've got all kinds of sneaky abilities that I'm going to use.
So my thought,
Since I have the key and I don't want to lose that.
yeah. So my thought was that we portal in through the door to Blythe and the doctor's bedroom, because if there is any room in that entire building that probably hasn't changed, it's probably that one.
I believe
Okay,
that.
so you're gonna pop your guys into a place.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. That's kind of what I thought you were going to do.
And then we're going to do our best to get as quickly downstairs as we can.
Right.
Yep. And we've got our
And-
crayon map.
Yes.
You've
And
got
Curtis,
your crayon map.
do
Has
you
glitter
think
on it too?
do you think that I would have an idea of where that ritual would need to be performed in order to bind Blythe to this temple?
Or will there be blinking, flashing arrows saying this way?
There's just like a giant bloody arrow on the wall.
To do a binding spell, go this way. Down the hall to the left.
Right. Okay. So what you've learned, Dr. Kennedy, in that regard, and that's a really good question, is that you will need to find the most powerful room in the temple, and that is typically where the current lord of the temple, that's the best phrase I can come up with at the moment, resides, as it were. It's typically how it goes. Now, in your case, when you got the Flackchatter's temple, the particular person who had been bound to the temple before had already been gone. In this particular situation, you are going into an already bound, as you were, temple, and so it's most likely going to be the room with the boss.
That also happened to be the room we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Boy, that would be handy,
Hey,
wouldn't it?
Man, that would be so convenient.
Too
Yeah.
convenient.
Oh, great.
I mean, yeah, it would be nice
Awesome.
if you could just do it right out on the front stoop and be done with it.
Run away.
But no, that won't be the case. So yeah, you'll have to find the seat of power within the temple, and that's where the ritual has to be performed. Now, you were lucky in the fact that your particular seat of power was vacant. Blythe, unfortunately, her seat of power is not currently vacant.
Very occupied.
Because you all know, you've already run into some people before who have explained to you that it's been repopulated, and apparently some new priest of Golab has manifested some power in the place. Do you have any other questions?
Why does it say that we're only streaming to 2 people?
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question too. But then
Yeah,
Aw.
that's not correct because
I don't think so. It bounces up and down, and since
Yeah,
since Twitch did their little change up on things, the viewer count's been wonky.
Dang it, Twitch.
I am an unhappy camper.
I know. I don't like it either. But thanks for
Anyway.
saying something about it. Yeah, Tidorf,
Well.
he raises his hand. He's one.
Okay,
Thanks,
well,
Tidorf.
those of you that are watching, we love you.
Yes, I love you all. I know there's more.
The two.
Viewers, sound off.
F in chat for
Yeah.
the poor viewer number on here.
Aw.
Very good. So, okay, then basically what I'm trying to do is make sure that all your preemptive stuff is up, because when you guys have all your questions answered, you know your plan. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to assault the temple.
Anything
So,
else we
Boy.
want to add to the plan?
anything that you want to get clarified now, meta, it is the time to do it.
So we're bringing Harry and Marv,
Mhm.
possibly a small squad of, the elite, SEAL Team 6 flak chatters, maybe.
Yeah.
we have that.
Yeah, I'm
David,
sure. We got David.
and of course our group of Enlightened.
Mhm.
And that's the group that we'll be going in with through the portal that I will make.
Yes.
Okay.
Marlon Bonesdoe and his people are going to be going through 3 different entrances to
Uh-huh.
distract the bulk of the forces.
And is our plan of attack just to run and dodge until we get to the temple door and then we go in? and then we start kicking ass?
I'd say as much as possible. That's probably the best plan of attack.
I say we avoid conflict as much as possible, but those that are in there to support us will get left behind in battle if necessary, so that we can make our way in, so that you can be bound, and so that the key can be placed.
Mhm.
That is quite likely what will end up happening.
And I'll probably summon some critters once we get there as well.
Yes, please.
Anybody taking any extra weaponry?
Yeah, I want to get like a backpack, and I basically want to have it so I can keep the key somewhere that's not my pocket, so I don't lose it. And if I can find a couple of like iron bars, I can do a lot of that, like pummeling. I can twist it and stuff. So, and then if people insist, I'll take a pistol, but mostly I want a couple of bars.
You don't need a gun.
Yeah, I don't need a gun.
No.
I'll probably take a sidearm, even though, you know.
I know Joel's gonna be packing tons of heat.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what, baby.
I'm
probably
over here
gonna
with
have,
my
like-
pipes, and she's like,
I know she's got
Like-
like 2 automatics on both sides. And she's got like
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is when
also,
we
I don't need a flashlight.
this is when we go to Blythe's arming montage where she starts laying out guns and putting in clips and
Harvey gets a nail
Attaching.
file
Do a
and very
montage.
Yeah,
gently
she's John
sharpens-
Wicking it up.
That's all I've ever wanted.
belts of bullets thrown over the shoulder and wrapped around, and yes, the
Yeah,
big
it's-
giant 12-inch Rambo knife is good to go. We'll
Yeah.
put
Yeah,
that
it's
in-
Trinity
what
and
I
Neo
want.
before they go into the fucking into the
Guns.
bank building, man. It's
We
sad.
need
Oh,
guns.
if Joel is strapped
Sharpen,
with guns,
the
I'm
talons a
strapped
little
with
bit.
knives and swords.
Very
you
good.
guys know
That's
me
gonna be
so
my-
well.
And I'm not wearing mittens.
Oh,
It's
No
no.
mittens
okay if you
involved.
don't wear mittens tonight.
All right.
but
Well,
I
it sounds
expect
like
you
we
to
have a
put them
bit.
back on
It
afterwards.
sounds like we have a bit of a battle plan.
Which I'm
And-
sure you'll blow up. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, I've
They
already.
explode in our faces.
Yeah, that won't
Yeah.
work. That won't work. That won't work. Yes. So yeah. So we will. Let's go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break or so, and then when we come back, we will assault the temple and see what happens to this group. So we will be right back.
It's beautiful.
And
We
it's
love
our
you.
last
Thank you.
episode. Oh,
Under what
dying.
category?
That's
Tabletop
cool.
RPGs.
Oh yes.
We're number
We're
one.
number
We're
one?
back at the top of the list
Oh,
again.
nice. Well, yeah, the viewers count got jacked up just a little bit.
Yeah, and sent us all the way to the bottom of the page.
I love it.
Yeah, but we're
Um,
at 13. That's pretty good.
Gotta love Twitch. Thank God we do good on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Wait, what? Are you
We
for
are
real?
back.
Oh God, we're live.
That
That's
was the
terrible.
word. That was the
No.
first segue.
Yes.
So embarrassed.
I'm actually mad about that.
I was just waiting for Tim to get his root beer float, and then we were coming back. So
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Right on time.
our success depends on how full of root beer float Tim is.
Oh God.
It's true though. He's like, I think he's the only one who can clip right now. So
maybe I don't know. Apparently, that's been going wonky too. So I don't know.
I
what's
can't figure out how
I
to do
can't
it.
do it.
But
I can do
I
it.
can't.
I
I'm
clipped
wait
a
a
couple
minute.
times earlier, but we got
It's
into
here.
the game and I couldn't clip it.
No, I can clip. I can
There's
clip.
a little icon. I'll
can't.
make some screenshots and share on Discord at some point, I guess.
I know
Um,
where it is. It's just not there
we're
Oh,
all inept. It's true. Oh my God.
because I've done it before, but it won't let me do it anymore.
that's-
Wow, I'm
that's-
shocked. It used to not be on mine, but now it is on mine.
Chocolate.
That's
Bleh,
weird.
bleh.
I don't know if it has to do with because I like set the moderator status and then it was there and then it was not. And so I don't know, but we'll worry about that some of the time because you guys are in the process now of making your assault on the temple that you want to take over for Blythe. It used to be Blythe's apartment on the corner of a very nice building of Park Avenue. It was a 3-level corner apartment, had 2 upstairs living levels, and then a downstairs doctor's office for plastic surgery and other things. And I'm assuming then that the chain of events that happens, at least at this point, is while you are preparing to ritualize yourselves into the home, you were planning to get into the bedroom, right? Is that what you were shooting for?
Yeah, that's my best approximation of a room that may not have changed. So.
Right. And then, and this, you were going to time this just, I suppose you're going to let the Nosferatu kind of do their thing for a little bit before you jump in.
Yes.
What,
Okay.
5 or 10 minutes?
Yes, I would say at least 10 minutes.
Can I do this really quick though? Sorry. Just I
What?
was gonna ask about this and I totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead and roll for hunter whenever I'm hunting someone or something? I can use that advantage.
Who are you hunting?
We're hunting the door. I can hunt someone or something. So I'm gonna hunt down the door.
Which door?
The door that the key goes in.
Okay.
Would you let me do that
Yes.
before we get too ahead of ourselves?
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How'd
A
you do?
12.
I got a 12. Okay, so
It's
that gives me
Somebody
Better
say
than
it.
a 9.
There we
It
go.
is better
Thank
than a
you.
9.
is
It
better
is,
than a
in
9.
fact, better
Okay,
than
so I
Better
get
than a
2 options
9.
that I can spend at any time during the scene.
All right. Well, you mark those
Yes,
down.
that's 2 rolls right there that
Yes.
both had a 1.
I also wanted to roll for charismatic aura, and I got a 14.
Okay.
So that gives me 1 edge, and I want to make opponents perceive you as harmless and ignore you for as long as you remain in the background and do not act against them.
Okay.
Ooh, that's fun.
Sneak attack, extra d6.
Right. So don't you, I mean, you've got like a 50% chance that you're going to roll a number that's got a 1 in it, right? So. Sorry, I'm just saying.
I'm not sure about the mathematics on that.
I'm rounding. I'm rounding just a smidge. So there's the 1, and then there's 10 through 19. So that's about half of the numbers.
Yeah.
If you take 20, and then
And we're back.
That's why they're actors.
So we're going to the temple.
Oh,
That's why I did not get a degree.
It's not hard to get this group completely off track, including myself. And so then that's the event that starts to happen. You know that Marlon Bones, the Nosferatu, and his...
Every time you say that, I cannot not think Marlon Bonesdoe. Every time you say his name, like Marlon Bonesdoe.
Marlon Bonesdoe. All right, we're not going down that. You get me distracted again. So they're going to go do their thing. You don't really get to see what happens with that just yet. And you are exactly you're going to perform a ritual to open a door.
Yeah.
To the temple
I mean, I've been
itself.
doing it for ages. Just,
Right.
the quick chalk drawing on a door, knock 3 times, open it up, and the other side is the room.
Yeah. And it goes without hitch. And where you end up is not exactly where you thought it was going to be. Okay. Or perhaps it was. As things beyond the illusion, and since you haven't been in this building for a while, what you see is different than what you expect. You're in a fairly large chamber. You see steps up each side. There's a platform that raises about 10 feet up from the level that you're on, and on top of that platform is a giant brazier, a fire that is lighting up the whole room. You notice that the room has got a hallway or something that leads off to the left up at the top of the stairs, but you can't see beyond that point. It seems quiet. However, if you listen closely, you can hear some very faint noises that seem to be happening off in some distance. There is some screaming and other.
So I'm going to suggest that Joel and Sasha move ahead of the group, and that Harvey, Blythe, and the doctor not stay behind, but stay behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what we did from my understanding was that we brought us, of course, but we also brought Harry and Marv and at least a small squadron of the Flak Chatter SEAL Team 6 folks.
Right. And they're going to stay with you and with Blythe, and Harvey having to stay out of the fracas to keep his aura from faltering, is why I suggest that Joel and myself and kind of scout ahead. And I have the ability to get out of things very quickly or see them before they happen. And so it makes the most sense for the two of us to be on point.
And then we
Yeah,
can kind of direct from there.
I'll stay pretty far behind because I can get there quickly if I have to.
When you completed your ritual, Dr. Kennedy, as you had planned on everybody coming through, this is the group that actually show up on the other side with you.
Rude.
I know. Something's gone wrong. You do have Marv and Harry. And David was there with you when you were doing your ritual and was supposed to come through as well, but for some reason he's not there.
No, not David. Fucker abandoned us.
But hot boy.
Who's
Okay.
Yeah, who's gonna venture ahead? Sasha and
So wait, no.
okay.
Before I mean, I feel like it's worth, talking about.
All right.
At least the fact that none of the 12 other people that were supposed to come through with us didn't come through with us.
Yeah, sucks. We gotta go.
We don't have time.
Okay, but
Just
where?
settle around
Where
here.
did they go?
I don't know, and it doesn't fucking matter. We
But
can worry about that after.
we gotta move. We don't have that much time.
We'll keep an eye out, Ernie.
Listen, not all of us have the perception of time that you do. Okay? Not all of us can stand and count seconds as years. We have
These
to go.
are important people to all of us.
You think that I'm aware. None is more important than Blythe right now. None.
Yeah, but you don't think they got hurt, do they?
It doesn't matter. Do you remember the part where I said it doesn't matter?
Yeah. But David was okay.
David
Blythe.
is precious to all of us, yes, but
David's like you, right,
Fine.
Blythe? He's got wings. He's got your same abilities.
Yeah.
If he's like you, he's gonna be great.
It's like Disney World for him.
And who knows? Maybe we'll run into them eventually. But now we have to move.
we have
Okay.
a goal. We have a
have a
singular
lot of
goal.
time.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, let's go. We
Okay.
work with what we got, people. Let's move.
You can get
Curtis,
on
I
my
think
back
you need
if
to unlock our characters.
I was like, I can't actually move.
And
Really?
And I do
Anytime.
quickly want to summon some stuff. I think I want to do the camouflagey ones to
Here we go.
assist in.
Also, I want to
uh,
remind that I do have night vision.
Nice.
We have flashlights too.
I have
If
dark
there
vision.
is- if there's anything ahead that I would happen to
Your
see.
entire party finds themselves in a dark room. It's very difficult to. I have dark vision.
Yes. Power move.
It's weird that Harvey has dark vision and Sasha doesn't.
That is
is.
weird.
It's
That's
because
why we
you
work
guys
so well
complete each
together.
other.
I had
Uh,
actually planned on getting you dark vision, but we kind of stopped doing the whole advancement thing once we got to enlightenment. But that was something I was actually planned on giving you, Sasha, given your whole half vampire sort of situation.
So the Farako, the ones that can camouflage themselves and climb up up walls and on the ceilings and shit. Those were
Yes.
the ones that I wanted to summon, and I would send them as a forward scouting party as well.
Very
And
good.
as Curtis pointed out, we don't need dark vision in this room because the fire is lit up the entire room.
It's bright as hell.
Onto the room.
Dr. Kennedy, you have control over all of those creatures. I hit the wrong button. There we go. I put us back in the starting soon screen. No good. So you should be able to drag them around. When you don't even really get that far. You guys are moving way fast.
Oh,
Um,
got excited.
On the wall here, right at the ground level below the fire, who was going to go up first other than the creatures?
It would have been me.
Sasha,
Yeah.
you noticed that there appears to be like a plaque or something. There's a wood and there's something on it. And as you get closer on this wall, just below the brazier, there is like a wood plaque attached to that short little bit of wall. And I say plaque because it's like a finished board, you know, it's sanded and edged and shiny, finished wood, as it were. And on it is a rusty nail, and nailed to that board is a penis.
Is it
Oh,
human?
It is.
It's like a legit penis.
just a
How
straight dick.
how big? Okay. Oh, like,
Size is in everything.
That is a sizable penis.
It's
To
about
be
David's
fair.
size.
oh no.
She
Yeah,
doesn't
you
know.
tell us how big.
That's what is it. Does it have balls with it, or is it just the penis?
Just
Just the
a
penis.
penis severed.
Hmm.
Harvey like subconsciously like pats his crotch a little bit, like
Still
still there.
Oh God. Oh God.
We're
why?
good.
I should have known that's where you guys were going to go with this. Just an interesting fact.
Is that
That's
are we gonna
terrifying.
talk about the dick, or are we just gonna
No, I think
scoot on by?
I think it's just there.
Golab is about torture, right?
Right.
Right.
I feel like that
Oh,
wouldn't feel
man.
good to anyone.
Oh no, I don't think that's a. Oh, shoot. Fingernails was one thing, but
A whole
That's-
whole
you're
Dr. Kennedy, when you
That's-
send your creatures up to the top, and while you guys are investigating the severed penis,
yes.
that is when Marlon Bones is discovered. Not discovered. He is on this floor, and he was going to walk out to here, which he will do probably as all of your creatures are moving about the place.
Well, they obviously won't directly attack him immediately. They'll probably because they'll be crawling along the walls and the ceiling, and
Oh, okay.
they'll hiss at him, but it's not that they know he's necessarily an antagonist. So
Right.
Sasha moves up really quickly. What have you found?
You see this. He's got a bit of a look in his eyes, and then a slight smile, with his fangs very obvious. And he is, you've seen him. Well, you saw him in the dark. He's even worse looking in the light. Not just this look of death, but he's also dirty and grungy, nasty dreads. His clothes are almost completely just covered in blood splatter. He has obviously been feeding of some sort. He's got blood running all down his chin, and his chest is soaked. He's got a bit of a smile. Sasha.
You look like you're enjoying your handiwork.
Oh, yes. Do you know what this place is?
Yes.
Well, it seems that a lot of my family has perished in this assault. And I have decided...
Already? It's been 10 minutes. What good are you?
We work very fast.
Apparently not fast enough if it's been 10 minutes and you've all already died.
Needless to say, we've cleared most of this temple out, and I've decided that I want it.
Farako
Sasha,
leap on him immediately.
Yeah, Sasha makes a move. I have him by the throat. I'm immediately going for his throat and to put him up against the
And
wall.
all 4 of the Farako are literally right there.
Very good. Make me a violence roll for your creatures. Just one will suffice.
Did they get a bonus to violence because they're not me?
Uh-huh.
What is your bonus to violence?
My bonus to violence is a -2, but
Okay.
they are not me.
Yeah. So
They are their own ass creatures.
roll violence in your little modifier window that pops up. Go ahead and put a +2 in there to negate your -2.
Ernie, what the hell, man?
He's not a violent person.
Wow.
What in the fuck?
What did you do?
Okay, just
What?
put 2.
Just
Don't
put
put
2.
+2, just put 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, it's an
yeah.
8,
We haven't messed with that too much.
a 6, and a 2, so it's an 8.
So. Okay.
Oh.
No. A 6 and a 2 plus 2 is 10.
Sure.
Well, but it's a -2 also. If you hover over the number in Roll20, it shows you what the dice numbers were. So it was a 2 and a 6 +2, and then I put -2, and then I put the +2 in. So, and that's what made it go all weird.
Fun.
So the dice
Oh.
were 2 and 6.
Okay.
So the total was 8.
Ah, yes, math.
Well, that's still not great.
No, it's
Not
very
better
much
than a
not. It
9.
is
Not better than
definitely
a
not
9.
better than a 9. So.
So, all right. Just for clarity, then I'm going to let these beasts have just a half a second lead on you, Sasha, because they were already over the place as such. They start to tear into him, and he dispatches 2 of them almost immediately. Right, don't do that. And the other 2 are tearing into him, and he's fighting him. Sasha, what are you going to do?
I very quickly, with the inhuman speed that I have, zip that very short distance across the room and have him by the throat and up against the wall. That is my intention.
Okay. Let's roll for violence.
Nah, I'm going to choose my quick ability and use reflexes instead.
Okay. So you've got him pinned up against the wall. Or is there a roll for your quick reflexes, or you get that?
There is. 16 gives me 3.
Sweet.
So the first I will use, obviously, to blur of motion to instantly transport myself from where I am to where he is and have him against the wall. I will hold off on the other 2 because I'm not tearing his head off just quite yet. But
okay. He is going to fight back. And at this point, his fangs have lengthened just a smidge. You notice a change in his face as this sort of rage begins to take over him as he tears through 2 of the Farako, and then Sasha jumps up on him and pins him to the wall. I need you to roll to endure injury.
Well, before that happens, I'm going to use attack with the speed of lightning.
Okay.
They do not get to avoid harm. And using my claws, I do 3 damage. I do 3 harm. And I will also use 6 Sense.
Okay.
Which allows me to basically, let me get there. Act first. So even and avoiding, acting prior to the attack. And I will hit him again for 6 harm.
Wow. So as he begins, he tears into the Farako. Sasha, you come up and do your thing. And how do you want to do this?
Sasha, with that lightning quick speed, is instantly on top of him and has him against the wall and sees the fangs start to lengthen and his focus turn, and Sasha has him by the throat and just sinks his claws into the one side of his neck while he takes his right hand and from crotch to throat just rips him all the way up and splits his chest open, and his open heart is beating, well, if he has a heart as a Nosferatu, but guts him and exposes his innards, and then just proceeds to spread them out all over the floor and all across himself.
When you tear into this creature, it is not a live beating heart. It is, in fact, the what you would. It's black and shriveled, and his insides look like what you would assume the entrails of a mummified person might be like, except they actually take the guts out of a mummy, I think. But they're old. They're nasty. When you tear him open, he is just as foul on the inside, even more foul on the inside than he was on the outside. Death and rot and stink. And it is not the color of bright blood. It is this black, thick, old, gooey ichor that seems to line and fill his organs, or what you would think used to be organs, as Sasha tears into this creature, and this nastiness starts to spread and fly out as Sasha makes a point with Mr. Marlin. And you'll notice then that when you get to look down that hall, it opens into another large chamber. On that top ledge, you see it covered in blood and gore to the right, and on the wall, Blythe, you can't really see it from where your vantage point is, but by the time you get up here to the top of the stairs, I should use a different color than black. On this wall over here, where a lot of the blood, now some of this blood is old, some of this blood looks kind of new. Spiked to the stone is the eviscerated body of David.
No!
His arms are outspread, his wings are outspread, and it is like railroad ties to the stone wall through him.
Oh.
He is spiked and
So-
gutted.
She'll be.
It's his Pinor.
Stop! No! Leave his Pinor alone. She will run over to David or fly or how she will get there as quick as possible, and she'll check to see if is he still breathing.
He's dead.
No.
There's no.
Sasha doesn't. If she goes into that room, Sasha is immediately following her.
She's like pulling on like the railroad ties, like trying to get him down, like just no. How did he get here? How did he I thought he didn't make it through, but
It doesn't matter.
he wasn't supposed to get hurt. He wasn't supposed to die. He wasn't.
You have to pull it together.
It wasn't supposed to happen like this. It wasn't.
None of our lives were supposed to happen like this, honey.
Blythe, it sounds like you need to keep it together.
Yeah, I needed to keep it together. My boyfriend's on the wall.
Why don't you make that roll?
He's on two different walls.
Stop. He's not my boyfriend.
Sasha
Well,
is
he's
not being
definitely
very
not
sensitive.
anymore.
David wanted to help you, but he's a bit spread thin right now.
Oh
God.
dear.
Oof.
Oh dear.
The fuck? It is a 12.
That's not bad. It's
Slightly better than a
9.
9.
It's better than a 9.
It's
Better than a 9.
Yeah, a 12 on a keep it together is... Where's my sheet?
She gets to choose.
Yeah.
Get your sheet together.
Yeah, you
Oh.
got...
How are you feeling? Are you angry? Are you?
I'm real sad and a little angry, but mostly sad.
You're going to lose a stability.
Yep.
Wow.
-1 stability.
But do I?
Oh.
Forgot you're immune to feelings.
What you
Yeah.
got?
You're definitely harder than the penis on the wall. That's for sure.
I endured
Poor,
trauma.
oh,
I am
poor
not
David.
as easily affected by
though.
trauma as
Oh,
others. When I reduce
Pinor.
stability, I always lose one fewer than normal.
All right.
Be good.
So you are a little shook up. You get to keep your stability. However, Blythe is under some emotional trauma at this moment.
Yeah, I'm stressed.
very upset. As you're all investigating this gore and this situation with poor David, you notice behind you, Harvey, you might notice it first, there is a round dais on the lowest level of this room, up close to the far wall. On that is a giant stone cube, and there seems to be a recess of some sort in the top of that cube, about the size of a Rubik's Cube.
Like
He
perhaps the
sees
cube
it,
that you have in your
and he's
possession.
immediately like, without really saying anything, he's gonna go down to it because he's been
Yeah.
obsessing over this.
Sasha probably wouldn't even notice. I'm trying to calm Blythe down and get her away from David and get her focused on what we are here to do.
Yeah,
gonna,
she's
like-
probably like sunken to her knees, like, you know, just like trying to pull his feet off the wall.
I would have like nudged Ernie a little bit before I ran down to try to like get him to come look because he's the expert on this stuff.
Joel probably
so-
was keeping an eye out anyway, so she's probably gonna come down and join you. She knows that Sasha can deal with Blythe.
The Farako are devouring Marlon's corpse.
Okay.
Good.
Harry and Marv are just straight up right next to me, literally at all times. Dr. K kind of felt Harvey nudge him, but is still looking at David in disbelief, like,
You
"Fuck,
can-
now I have to fucking design a ritual to bring this motherfucker back." Like,
You can see
like I
that
liked David. That's damn.
there's holes on that wall. You can tell that other people have been chained up, spiked up. There's old blood as well as new blood from this David creature. This whole room, while I wasn't as decorative on my little Roll20 map as what you guys see, is a room of torture. There are chains and not really devices, but it looks like people were housed, pinned up in this room.
Oh, to be spat in the face.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Oh my god. Life of Brian? Is
They
that
only
Life
turned me
of
right side
Brian?
up yesterday.
Oh my god.
Damn it, Duke, you are my favorite fucking person.
It's full of old movie references.
But I get all of them. That's the thing.
Don't get me started. Yeah, here I go. I'll talk Monty Python all day long. But we have
R.I.P. Terry Jones.
we have Harvey and this
Oh,
and
now
this
I'm
cube.
sad.
Now, Harvey, you immediately, once you get up to it, you know what that spot is for. Now the question is the cube itself. You know, the cube's got 6 sides. There's a different symbol on each side. There is no markings on anywhere of this stone surface to indicate as to how that cube is, you know, which side goes down, which side goes up, any of that sort of thing. But it is pretty obvious that that is where you would put a key, your particular type of key.
Yeah, once I see Ernie like not coming right away, I'll kind of turn around and whisper because I don't want to bother Blythe right now. She's kind of having the moment. But I'll be
Well,
like, "Ernie."
no, and Dr. K would have only spent the briefest of moments considering, oh fuck, now I have to go respawn David back when I get to the temple. And then he would have come down the steps and started to approach behind you.
Hey,
And
hey, right?
Harry and Marv have made their way down on
Listen,
opposite ends.
We were convinced that it was a door. At least that's what I was imagining, like a literal door. But this this has got to be it, right?
No,
I didn't
not
think it'd be that
necessarily. It's a key. It if if anything, it opens multiple doors.
Okay,
Given
well, it opens this, and maybe it opens a real door. I just need to know, like, I
it
don't want to put
opens
it
a
in
door, I
wrong and
don't
have it
think it.
explode on us or something.
I don't think it opens the door at this particular moment, but yes, this will open a door.
I was gonna say that would be way too fucking easy for our lives.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I have a cube, and we have an indent with a cube
Yes, you
shape
have the
to it.
key,
So
Mr.
shove it in.
Winston.
Yeah, but I don't want to put it the wrong side. What if there's like a trick to this? Like, have you ever seen like those old? I
Like
just
Indiana
wanna-
Jones?
Yeah, Indiana Jones, exactly. A Boulder guy.
That movie was only made like
I heard it's in
5
production.
years
I
ago.
didn't
It's-
want to do it. Yeah. That they're making a new one. It's great. It's fantastic. Whatever. It's Indiana Jones. I don't want to like say I put it in one way and it opens a pit of snakes. You know, I hate snakes. Say I put it in the other way and
So
the
you
boulder
did see the
happens. Say I put
movie.
it in a certain way. Of course. Say I put it in a certain way and that opens the door. I don't want to do it wrong.
Yes,
Ernie, so I'm just
I
asking you to
I
look at it.
understand. Let me take a look at the pedestal, see if there's anything that indicates any particular persuasion of the key.
That sounds like you want to observe the situation, Dr.
I
Kennedy.
do, sir.
Would you make a roll plus perception for
Yeah,
me, please?
hang on. I gotta pull my stuff up. There it is. Oh,
While
God,
they're
perception
mulling
is not
over that,
good for
I'm
me.
helping
Good
Blythe
God.
get David off the wall.
Wow. Thank you, Sasha.
It's better than a 9, but still like just barely.
A 10. You get
As long as it's better than a 9.
Flip it. How
Better
have
than
we
a 9.
rolled so many ones tonight?
you
Bad
get
night.
Curtis, did you reprogram roll 20?
I think
I
he
did.
did. I think he's cheating.
I did. I said
That's
these bastards here. Let me turn down. There's a setting in roll 20 where you can.
That's the thing. I think that there might actually be.
You
Gosh
set
darn
one
it.
of the D10s as a D6.
Right. With the 10, you get one question.
Are there specific questions? I don't have that sheet pulled up in front of me.
There are some questions. What is my best way through this? What current? If you go to, it's on that.
I know I have it in one of them. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Which one it
What is the best way
is. Player
through this?
moves. Player moves. There.
What can I use to my advantage?
What
What
should
should
I
I be
roll
on the
for?
lookout for? What is being hidden from me? What seems strange about this?
Oh, damn it. Those are all really good questions.
Those
I
are
wish I
really
had
good.
gotten more than one.
Solid questions.
Um,
Well, choose wisely, please, so we don't all die.
Hidden, hidden,
Hey,
hidden.
doctor, you look like you're really.
He's-
having a hard
he's-
time.
Seems
Let's
strange.
hit it.
Yeah, you know,
So
okay.
strange.
I was debating internally, but yes, what is being hidden from me obviously is the best answer. So
Yeah, it's a very vague question
What is being hidden from you?
that Curtis is going to vaguely answer. Yep.
fucking
Yes.
He has
nothing.
to answer
Good luck,
truthfully.
bitch. That's
Truthful and vague are two very different
There
things.
is something on the other side of that far wall.
Oh,
the one that we are facing that is just past.
Yeah, I just revealed it to you on your map.
the one that.
You can see the wall and you can see that there's something behind it.
Yes.
Okay, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest,
Okay.
so on my Twitch stream, I can see it. I can see that that's there.
I know.
Like I knew that
But
was
it's more
there.
revealed.
I know.
Now it's light.
That's always the issue with these streams sometimes. But I will
Not supposed to look at it.
shit,
Chris?
now I'm drawing a blank. The game master who runs a lot of the games on the actual Dungeons and Dragons channel. What's his name, dude? He's got the pink hair. I'm just drawing a blank with the beard.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, that guy. No, yeah, that guy.
he never hides anything on his maps, and he
All
tells
I can
them,
think of is Adam Coble, but that's not it.
yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. I think. Anyways, Yeah, if you want to look, you can. There's always ways to cheat. So yes, but that's what I'm going to answer your question with. That is being hidden from you. So you know that the key will then open that up.
Okay. We'll do that.
You also know that this is the
It
temple
doesn't
of.
matter.
You also know that this is the temple of Golab,
The Temple
the-
of Doom.
and the different symbols on the cube. And this is already information that you have represent different powers, and one of those is the symbol of Golab.
Oh yeah, stick that one in there.
Well, that I
Yay,
can
yay.
absolutely point out.
Yeah, so you know that you just Chris forgot, and so yeah, you know that her cube actually has a symbol for Golab on it.
His cube.
I
Oh,
wasn't gonna say anything.
She's a boy.
Listen,
Okay.
Jaylee's playing a girl in the next campaign, so
Chris
this
is
won't
playing
be
a
a
Chris
girl.
does
problem.
not.
Hold
Chris
on.
does not.
Well, it won't be a problem for
So,
Jaylee. at
I'm
least.
assuming you tell me that then, and so I know how to insert.
Well,
Yes,
Mr.
please
Winston,
insert.
we are in a temple of Golab, so his symbol is, and I like move the D6 around in his hands.
This squiggly one.
is the one.
Okay, great.
Uh,
And he puts it in.
Are we gonna have like a
God.
tentacle monster again? Because I don't want.
Well,
Well,
What
Does
happened?
Does the door make a sound? Like, does the wall make a sound when it moves?
Does it go?
Is it just an illusion?
Is it all just?
Did she put the key in?
Yes.
I was waiting for that to happen.
He was sitting there very impatiently watching Dr. Kennedy use big words.
and then
All right.
Shoved
This
it
is
in.
my answer. I'm doing
The wall is an illusion. It shimmers and fades away when the key is inserted. Beyond the wall, you see another room with a very large brazier in it, fire lighting up the entire room. And you can see also that it opens up to another room beyond it. In this room where the fire is, there are also more symbols of previous tortures. Blood on the walls, on the floor, chains attached to the walls. This room, there is coils of barbed wire that are hanging, different sorts of gruesome devices that you see about the walls to let you know that terrible things have been going on here. While I haven't revealed it to you on the map, because of the brightness of the fire from that one room, you can sense that there is something else in this other room beyond.
I'm easing forward with a rifle pointed right dead ahead.
The critters that I summoned have already snuck their way in, camouflaged on the ceiling, into the corners of that room. And Harry and Marv have moved their way up towards the corners.
Am I able to take the key back out after that?
Yes.
Okay, I will do that and put it back in my backpack.
I'm gonna use one of my hunter moves. I'm gonna use camouflage so I get +2 to act under pressure while I'm hiding. So I'm like walking in the shadows into the room.
Cool. Then make me an act under pressure and put a +2 in your modifier. Don't put a +2, just put a 2.
Yeah. Because otherwise it will turn up as a 0, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something funky about that.
Act under pressure. Oop. Oh, I have so many windows open. Just put a 2. Submit. Drag the thingy.
Woo!
Life is hard.
17.
Woo! So
Basic level, yeah. 3 and a 9.
I'm sneaking in. I'm sneaking in. Sneaking.
In the far room, if you guys can move your tokens to wherever you are putting your characters.
Yeah, Blythe has picked herself up off the ground and she's following.
I would have given her a
Yep.
little shoulder squeeze as she passes and just a quick, we'll bring him back after this.
I
There's
hope so.
more stairs, more of these sub-levels of floor. You've noticed that every room you've been in has just been dips and ups and downs. It's been one big room, but there's been multiple levels of stuff that have been happening in each room. And as you come into this one, there is another creature, for the lack of a better word, a power of some sort, at a throne on the opposite side of this room. This massive throne room where there are 3 levels with steps that lead up to each level and then to that final one, as you can see. And this, you guys have seen, or well, not all of you, Blythe, you're very familiar with this sort of visage. It reminds you of when you saw the Doctor in his true form, clad in leather, ghastly look. This person is no different, only he's bigger, more powerful. The aura of him just radiates, and I'm going to make everybody roll a keep it together.
Oh,
My ability to describe off the cuff is not as strong as this person's visage is to you. Wow, okay.
oh.
Blap, 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 blap. Everybody did
Holy
it except
crap. How did I get a
Nice.
21
Nice.
without rolling a single 10?
It was like, if
D-
there's any time to fail a roll, no.
That's because you've got a +4 on your ability.
Nice.
And let's see, what'd you roll? You rolled an 8 and a
Nothing
9.
phases him.
Yeah, so everybody, Joel, you are kind of scared, and you
He's
turn
all-
into a
no.
dog.
No.
God damn it! Am I still hidden? Do I
Okay,
still
but
get to stay
did
hidden?
Dog
Kinda
Joel.
see.
I will let you stay hidden
Thank you.
because you are
Thank you.
afraid.
Not because I'm a badass, because I'm afraid.
Well, it started out with your
Alright.
badassery. Now, because of your fear, you're going
Alright.
to continue to use that blanket and
He is a
hide.
dog. All right. Big old dog in the shadows.
This man's face is missing its skin.
Huh.
And Blythe, I want you to roll something. Let's see. What do I want you to roll? I want you to roll read a person plus intuition.
I got a 12.
12.
Is
That's
good.
good. The move itself, read a person, allows you to ask a question. However, you're not really reading this person. I just wanted to make you roll to see if you actually recognized anything about this person. Now, while the images of the Doctor are flashing through your head, you start to think that this might just be him in some fashion.
The Doctor.
Yeah.
Ugh. I
He's
think
taller,
that
but there's just something about his eyeballs. You can't really see his face because his skin is gone. His eyeballs are there, and his mouth is there, and his teeth. And while he is larger than you remember him, it just kind of it's stronger than it reminds you of.
Yeah. I think if that feeling hits her, she hasn't been in angel mode yet. So I think her wings would just like pop out right then and there, and she'd ball up her fist at her side and she'd just stare at him.
Right. You see this creature who, while you guys don't really know this, is the voice of pain. And he reaches out with one hand, and Dr. Kennedy, you hear the guttural, whiny squeals of death as your two Farako fall to the ground.
Not surprising, even in the least.
I'm starting to like KULT, where the GM doesn't have to roll dice. And now I'm going to let you guys decide what you want to do.
Well, the assassins are going to still move in, regardless of whether they want to or not.
What do you want them to do?
I want them to attempt to get in close. I don't know that they will succeed. They are ultimately still just a distraction. So,
Gotcha. This thing seems to have a bit of a smile on his face, and you can't tell if he's actually smiling or if it's just the fact that his lips and skin are removed.
Yeah.
Right. Sort of gives him a bit of a permanent smile. He's not making any moves. Sasha, are you doing anything?
I
I only ask you because you've got the quick action.
I'm definitely moving into the room. I'm not. I think it's, you know what I mean, seeing the camouflage dogs get burst without anything more than him reaching out his hand. Sasha quickly comes to the realization that distance isn't really going to make a difference.
Yeah, this guy's got some powers.
So I guess it's the hard way.
Your Nosferatu did not accomplish their mission.
They're not mine. My intention was for them to die anyway. Scum.
Oh, Bly. I'm so happy you've returned to me.
She'll walk into the room and stand like about there. And
Are you?
she'll ask, "Who are you?"
You don't remember me. I am the right hand of Gulab, the torturer. I am the voice of pain. I am the doctor, the ruler of the butchers. Oh, Bly, I am your husband.
You are nothing to me. You are not my husband any longer. I'll kill you once and I'll kill you again.
He raises both of his hands, and you can hear him start to mutter some words under his breath.
I want to call out the name.
Oh. All right.
Does that work
Hello,
a second
Ernie.
Kevin.
No, I mean to be fair, if this is the same guy, if this is the same creature, I already know its name, but I don't think that it is. If it's claiming to be still the doctor, your husband, all that stuff, then it's the same person. If it's not, being a dickbag.
God damn it, I did it again. Sorry, I have hotkeys, and sometimes I bump my hotkeys. Okay, so you do your thing. It is a ritual of sense that you have to use his name. It's more than just calling it out. But you don't have to do, it's not like some big drawn out sort of thing. It's a very small one, but I want you to go ahead and roll.
Is that keep it together?
No,
Or,
you
see
perform
through
a
the
ritual.
illusion? That's the soul roll, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be a soul.
I still rolled a run, and I still got a 14.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, so with 14, it gives you one of those options. Let's see. I really just wanted to see what you would get because I know what it is that you're trying to do. So you don't really have to choose something. If you see something that you want to use, feel free to call it out. But as you begin to use the naming ritual to once again banish him back
to Inferno. Oh, Dr. Kennedy. You know my old name. I have a new name that is unspeakable to you.
For the moment.
Sasha's not going to waste any more time.
I was going to say something.
Yeah, I want to do something too.
Go for it. Sasha.
Go, Harvey.
Well, if I see that things are getting pretty tense, I've just been kind of sitting in the corner, chilling, minding my own business, being sneaky. I want to use my telekinesis to launch this steel pipe that I have in my hands, like straight into his stomach.
Oh yeah, you can do that without any roll at all. And you want to launch your small object?
Yes. To try to like pierce him.
So yeah, you do. Harvey sort of half flings, I assume, this piece of steel rod or pipe that he has, and then uses telekinesis to project it even further across the room. And it does, Harvey, it impales this creature right through the midsection, just above his guts and just below his sternum, right in the center of his torso. And it stops him from his little motions that he's making at this moment. And he looks down at it and then he grabs it with both hands and starts to pull it out. And then once he realizes that it has gone through further than it is out, he pushes it the rest of the way in. and then reaches behind him and yanks it out from behind his back.
Changing your
then-
name? That's a bunch of bullshit. We got rid of you. We got rid of you 4 fucking times. You're just gonna come back with a new name? Do you want us to kill you again? Because we will. And again. And again. However many times it takes to get you away from Blythe. She doesn't deserve this. This is her house now.
And with that, Sasha is immediately across the room and on top of him.
Very good. Harvey, I want you to roll to endure injury as you see this bloody piece of steel come flying back towards you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not
no.
Oh, baby.
Oh, honey.
On a 5,
Not
you get to
better than-
choose.
Oh,
Are
God.
you knocked out? Do you receive
This
a
guy
critical
was so-
wound? Or are you dead?
Fuck.
That seems like a really easy fucking choice because
I
I'm
guess I'll
literally
receive a critical
standing right
wound.
next to you.
Do what?
I'll receive a critical wound.
Okay, I have to hang on a second. I got to switch this voice changer because I can hear my own voice. Okay. It all happens very quickly, Sasha. You see it happen, and it's very upsetting to you, of course, because it's Harvey. But Harvey is pissed. Harvey slings as he's dealing with this pipe. Harvey's just giving him the dress down verbally. And then he returns fire right at her. And Harvey takes the pipe in just about the same spot. It doesn't go all the way through, but it impales Harvey,
Oh my.
who
I've been
drops to his
impaled.
knees. Huh?
Oh my.
Yeah, Harvey drops to his knees. He's not dead, but he's got this piece of pipe stuck in him about 3 or 4 inches. What do you do?
I'm still on the attack.
Okay.
I rolled a 12 on quick, so I'm going to use blur of motion to get there, and then I'm going to use the flurry of blows and just start racking away in an attempt.
And the
to,
flurry of blows is a freebie, right? You don't have to roll anything for that.
It's the 3 harm. Yeah, it engage in I'm sorry,
gotta
attack
do
with the speed of lightning. They don't get a chance to avoid harm. That's what it is.
Okay. And so you do it was
And because of my
3
claws, I do 3 harm.
Okay. So Sasha starts tearing into him, obviously upset. Harvey has gone to his knees. Joel, I think you had a move that you were wanting to do.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Blythe,
use
you're on deck.
my last freebie from Hunter to set up an ambush, and it says just deal your weapons harm. So since I'm in dog form, I guess that's just claws and teeth. Just out of the shadows, nowhere, here comes a barreling dog right in with teeth and claws.
Right.
slashing out.
Your teeth and claws actually do more damage than your gunfire does.
Mhm.
Just so that you know
Unless
that.
I'm using a big gun.
Because of your natural weapons ability.
hmm
Yeah, but you've got your natural, which gives you a +2 or something, or a +1. So go ahead and roll to engage in combat. A roll plus violence.
Do I have to? Because it just says deal your weapons harm. Was it a freebie?
And which move was it?
Hunter, and I chose set up an ambush because I was still hidden.
How many options did you get with your hunter? What did you roll for hunter?
2.
Because you already used 1. Okay.
2.
So then this is your second one, and it
Yep.
is
Set up.
set up an ambush for your enemy. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just kind of treat that as like a sneak attack or something because Sasha has him attentive at the moment, tearing into him. Joel comes up and attacks. Now I'm playing this out as this is all kind of happening simultaneously. He's going to make reactions to your guys' attack. But at the moment that doesn't happen. And let's see, your claws and such are going to do another 3 harm to this guy. Blythe, what were you wanting to do?
I would, gosh dang. So I'm over by Harvey. And, well, I guess not. I thought he was all the way. Okay, never mind. So I'm just going to take out my swords and I'm going to use them with a combination of my divine strength. And I'm just going to go for him.
Sweet.
Like
Make
straight to the chest.
Roll engage in combat for me.
Funny.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. That's the
Nice.
best engaging combat I've ever gotten.
That is good. You inflict your damage and you avoid his counterattack.
Nice.
And swords. I forgot you had swords. Hang on a
Sword.
second.
You will
Equipment,
not
honest,
hurt my friends. You will not hurt me anymore.
edged
You do
weapon attack.
not have the power.
And I mean, obviously, Harry and Marv have gotten all up in that shit as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm at this moment he is being swarmed.
And Dr. K
And-
is over by Harvey at this point.
Okay. So you're dealing with Harvey. You've got your 2 minions doing their violent attacks, and they are prone to pistol fire, which is, I'm assuming, what they're going to do with their continued hitman personage. Is that kind of how you keep them? Only you've shaped
I
them
mean,
into
they are
Harry
not
Marv.
necessarily just pistol-based assassins. I'm assuming that since they are otherworldly creatures, they have extraneous abilities.
Well, yeah. But pistols are so much more fun.
If it's Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, yeah, okay, then they're using pistols.
Tax
So-
and tar on the steps.
Everybody attacks.
Listen, they had time to set up ahead of time paint cans from above the windows.
Right. Yes. Yeah, that's what happens is an iron falls and gets Marv right in the
Somehow
face.
he grasps an invisible doorknob and it burns his hand.
Those two come up. The voice of pain reacts first to those two, and they disappear.
Fuckers.
You bitches.
Liable for nothing.
Sasha and Joel are tearing into him. Unless you want to change up your attack, I would assume that your next attack is going to be the same as your first.
It will be.
Give me like 2 seconds to take a peek.
He is
here.
blocking. However, he reaches to grab you, Sasha. Do you want to endure injury or try to avoid the harm?
I will try to avoid the harm.
Go ahead
if
and make
that's a
that roll.
possibility,
I'm giving you the choice, so yeah.
because I'm way better at that than I am the other.
Yeah, no, he makes a move to grab
Still
you by
not
the
good at
throat.
it.
And he grabs you by the throat because you were too slow to react. And, well, I don't know. I should say too slow. You're very fast. He's a
also
little bit
very
faster.
fast.
That sounded like Donald Trump. He's very fast. I'm a little bit faster. And
Myself.
and grabs you by the throat. Joel, as you are continuing to claw, every time you claw and bite on this creature, you notice his grip getting tighter and tighter on Sasha. And I'm going to give you the same option to avoid harm or endure injury.
I want to
Because his other hand is going to grab you.
I'm avoiding harm. Hold on, I gotta
Go
check.
ahead and
My stability's
make
down.
that
I gotta go check something really quick. Okay, we're okay.
I have rolled a 14 on my battlefield medicine for Harvey.
I got 21.
That's
We'll
pretty
yank
good.
that pipe out and get healed.
I think you can stabilize or whatever it is with battlefield medicine on a 14.
I
can't you?
can choose one option, but I also
there
have
you
to
go.
choose a complication.
All right.
So let's do 2 wounds instead of 1, but I stabilize the wound, but there will be unexpected and dangerous consequences. Sorry. That's the least terrible of my detriment options.
No, he's grateful. He's definitely screaming because there's a pipe in his gut, and he'll
Well,
pull
not
it
anymore.
out
I pulled
and
that
heal.
shit out and closed the wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pull that out, and the potentially dangerous consequences it says, such as infections, healing deformities, or other serious side effects. The cool part about that is I get a move.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm gonna
it's
try
unfortunate.
to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but since I've got Sasha in hand, he's going to be the victim of my move, as Sasha gets thrown across the room. Sasha, I need you to endure injury.
Can I try to catch him again with my quick? Or am I too injured? What's the ruling on this?
Am I too injured?
That is your unavoidable consequence from
Oh,
Dr.
God.
Kennedy.
Okay.
You did roll
That's
pretty
fair.
good, Sasha.
That is fair.
17 is pretty good. Right?
17 is pretty good. He rides out the pain and keeps going.
Yeah, Sasha gets flung across the room, and I mean, and it's a ways down these platforms. It's not as if he just pushed me to the ground.
It's about 30 feet away.
Sasha, all of the time he spent in the city and skateboarding and parkour and all of those things, and his daredevilish lifestyle that he's led, he knows how to take a fall, and so he rolls into it, comes back up on his feet. So you got, fucker? And I'm gonna spend another of my 6 cents to act first, and I'm gonna get right back in it. And use quick again. So I get 2.
Cool.
And I'm going to use the same 2, and I'm going to blur of motion, and I'm going to use attack with the speed of lightning, and they do not get a chance to avoid harm. So I'm right. I mean, he flings Sasha across the room. Sasha rolls out of it, stands up, and then is immediately back across the room and tearing into him again.
Going at him again, which is great. But he's also got Joel. Joel, what did you roll?
21.
Oh, to avoid harm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let's see. Blythe's move avoided the counter to that. So Joel, what's your next move?
As
You're just
soon
going
as
to continue the.
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, you see Sasha go across the room, and this is about the chance you get to make your move as Sasha's coming back up.
Right, it pisses her off, so I'm gonna use rage. So
Hey,
I'm gonna lose
I'll-
this ability and mark a rage.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And that gives me 1, so I'm gonna take brutal assault and add a harm to my attack. So now I do 4, I believe.
Nice.
And I would like to get back at that bitch for hurting my big brother.
Very good. Roll to endure injury.
I don't get to roll to hit him first.
I gave you the points.
Oh, thank you. How nice of you.
You've already
I don't-
engaged in combat at this point. 18.
I got 18.
When you make your attack, he tosses you over there.
Okay.
You ride it out pretty much like Sasha did.
Just kind of
And
land
you're
on my
back
feet.
up.
And
Yeah. Harvey, you sense your key humming, vibrating. It's doing something kind of weird. It feels odd.
I've got the bloody pipe in my hand, and I look like I'm like about to go back into it, like kind of sweating really hard and breathing hard from what just happened. But I'll stop for a moment and look confused and glance at Dr. Kennedy. What? What? And I'll quickly take it out of my backpack and look at it.
It seems to be relatively normal. It's shimmering just a little bit, like it was maybe vibrating. You can kind of feel it vibrating, but it's maybe moving so fast, it's like not quite a blur. It's like just beyond a bit of a blur. I'm still going to allow you to make a combat move if you wanted. I just wanted
Yeah.
to let you know that there was something else going on.
He just looks at it and grabs Kennedy's hand and places the cube in his hand. Here, it's doing something, just, and leaves it at that. And then he'll dart forward and try to smack this guy up on the head with his pipe.
Ayo!
So yeah, he just shoves the
like a
cube at him.
pinata.
Don't lose your
Yeah.
pipe, baby. Don't lose your pipe.
I got my
Right.
pipe. Don't worry about it.
All right, so I'll let you you can. Are you moving up close to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna use quick.
Mm.
All right, so yeah, put yourself up there in the fray, and you're going at him with your pipe. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, with the attack with the speed of lightning,
Okay.
a quick edge.
Ernie, so you know, you got handed the key and it's been vibrating.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Harvey didn't know what to do with the key because it was glowing and vibrating, so he put it in your hands and then jumped on the monster.
Good
Right.
to know. Thank you.
I forgot you left.
Yeah. So, Dr. Kennedy, when you have that key in your hand, the way it's going off, you instinctively, I don't know if it's instinctively, something draws you to look back at the door. Key, door, you know, you put 2 and 2 together. Somehow you look back where just beyond the very large brazier at the top of that panel, right where you would go back into the keyhole room. You don't see the room. You see just this sort of melting visage of New York City, of Manhattan. Beyond it, it's like a portal back outside, like a way out of this building. Harvey, roll to endure injury as you take a counterattack from the voice of pain. He goes at you with his sort of clawed hands, and with a 10, you avoid the worst of it, but you do end up in a bad spot. He basically he's really just trying to control he's getting kind of swarmed. So as you come in and attack, he takes the brunt of your attack and then reaches out and shoves you. He doesn't get a chance to grab you, but with his his telekinesis powers that he has, just like you do, tosses you down to that second level.
Did I take any harm?
I forgot to take any harm. No, because you rolled a 10, so you avoid the worst of it. So I'm not going to. You sustain a little bit of harm in that sense, but I'm gonna give you just a smidge of a break. You're in pretty bad shape as it was. I mean, he gave you some things back, but you've got a hole in your chest. The only thing that's fueling you is just your sheer hatred and your mission to try to accomplish this thing, as everybody seems to be in a bit of a rage. It's like Joel's rage is contagious. But the stronger you guys seem to get, he just seems to enjoy this. Every time you guys hit him, every time he takes harm and pain, he doesn't respond with any sort of grimace or uhs. It's more smiles and laughs and pleasures as he toys with you.
What is Blythe doing?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Did the swords not do anything?
No, you cut into him and he laughed.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Yeah, so she'll just be over there, and I want her to like take his head and like bash it on the back of the throne and like bring
Right.
the knife up to his throat. Listen here. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And you're going to die. And you are not going to hurt my friends. And so she'll slice his throat.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll plus violence.
Oh no. Please be a good one.
Come on.
Please be a good one.
Better than a 9.
No!
God damn it. I try so hard. I try so hard to be cool.
We all die.
Blythe, I've taught you how to use a knife.
Blythe,
Why are you doing this?
Listen, Blythe, it's fine. You and I both just have real strong negatives to violence. It's fine.
I endured the pain. I don't give it.
Blythe is a bit personally and emotionally involved in this particular battle. She gets up close and personal with the voice of pain and puts the knife to his throat. You guys who are close can hear the words that come out of her mouth, and she drags the blade across his throat, and his mouth opens, and you can't tell if he's like going into some sort of throes, and then another laugh comes out of his mouth, and you can see even just a bubble of his neck from the blood and the deep cut as the air sort of comes out through the front. And I need you to endure injury.
While she is making that roll, real quick, Curtis, does Dr. K see
I don't endure injury
anything
very well.
anything in the throne area where the voice of pain is that would signify something like a keyhole, the cube keyhole? I will observe a situation if I have to. It's not great, but I will.
Cube hole.
Instead of a people, it's a people.
Yeah, I think, or you can investigate, roll plus reason.
Oh, please, for the love of God, yes. That is a much better roll for me.
That gives you an opportunity at 2 questions.
Good God, what
Oh
in the
my
fuck did I
God.
roll?
With that
Why?
A 2 and a 2
And I get a
plus
move.
4.
Ernie, you need to clean your glasses
Let's see.
again.
You may get some information anyway, but you pay a price for it. You don't see any sort of keyhole or peephole or any hole in this particular type of room.
I infinitely appreciate you for continuing to do
You
the
still get a
people.
question.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you get some information. So you can. Well, no,
What
he
is
doesn't,
my
'cause you only
best
get-
way through this?
You get one question
Yeah.
on 10 to 14.
Yeah, no.
You may get some
legitimately,
information anyway.
What
I'll let you
is
ask a
my
question.
best way?
Yeah, your best way out of this is through that opening that has recently appeared through
Yeah,
some sort of
I
divine
kinda figured
intervention.
that it was, but
However, we still have Blythe's injury that we have to deal with. Blythe got up close and personal with the priest of Golab, the voice of pain, the doctor, her husband. She had an exchange of words and drug the knife across his throat, and he laughs in her face and spits blood in her face as he does this. And because I already had, just so that everybody's knows on the up and up, Blythe and I have already discussed this particular possible situation. And what you all, the fighting is still happening. Sasha, you're beating on this guy or tearing into him with your black fingernails. Joel, the dog, all over him. He seems to be taking it. He'll push you back, deal with this, deal with that. He takes Blythe, who is now basically on his lap, and her wings are out, and she is using all of her powers. And then she's not, because he takes Blythe, her head in his hands, and he gets down in your face, Blythe, as the others are still hitting him and attacking him. And he says, "You should have just stayed at home." And then he snaps her neck.
No.
Blythe's head goes around, and she falls dead to the floor. Now, those of you who are attacking can make another attack if you like.
Dr. K is already running back towards the portal.
Can I use Deadly Stare to get him to stop moving? So we all can like take a minute Because now she really wants to murder him, but she also doesn't want him to move so that they can get Blythe out of here. Let me
Yes, I'll let you do that.
roll for that.
An 18. So in this battle, Sasha, you're right up there in it. Joel's in it. The dog. Joel, if you want to describe how you growl to get his attention, lock eyes with him, how do you do it?
She, like, there's a howl as Blythe falls to the ground, dead. And then she gets in front of Blythe's body and, like, snarls at this guy and then just locks eyes. And you all have seen that look before. The eyes look blacker than normal and they look horrifying. And she just, lowers down, butt up in the air, right in front of Blythe's dead body.
Sasha, the creature, the voice of pain, seems to be focused, mesmerized at the moment. You're thinking about the hole in Harvey. You don't know. I mean, you know Harvey's tough. Harvey's gotten back in the fray. You know Dr. Kennedy did something. You don't know how much healing was done to Harvey's wound. There is still blood. It is still kind of an open wound. Joel's preoccupied. Dr. Kennedy is heading for the door. I'm just giving you the benefit of the doubt, Dr. Kennedy, that you might have yelled something over your shoulder, like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, guys.
I did not say a single fucking thing.
Awesome.
Dr. K is not the person
Dick.
that's gonna yell his fucking plan out to people as he's going towards his plan. He's just gonna go do the thing.
That cracks me up. What's the doctor's name on Lost in Space? That's who you just reminded me of.
Okay, but he was a villain, first of all.
Yeah. Well, I know, but yeah. You're doing
And
a
how
villain
does
thing.
that not equate to Ernst?
Hey,
Yeah.
hush your beautiful face, Sasha.
Yeah, Ernie's a villain too. Blythe. Okay, so Joel, your intention was then now you can get Blythe's body out of here, right? But you have to keep eyes locked on the dude in order to hold this attention so that he doesn't do anything. And he just sort of freezes. And you see this stare down happening between the voice of and Joel the dog. Harvey and Sasha. What are you going to do?
I want to roll a keep it together to kind of determine what I do.
You can do that.
Oh.
I didn't want to force the issue because there's so much happening. You are not keeping it together, though.
No.
Well, with a 10, it is.
I kind of wanted it to determine how.
It's better than a 9.
So, Sasha, seeing Blythe dead, because I didn't realize how hurt Harvey was. Joel gives that moment of clarity, and all of that obsession about the man that he loves comes and floods over Sasha, and he grabs hold of Harvey, and we have to get her out of here.
We can't just leave him. We have to kill him. We can't just. He's like gripping the pipe again, like.
You haven't seen this in Sasha's eyes in a while, but this kind of reminds you of the Sasha that you knew before all of the changes. You see some of that madness and some of that brokenness kind of creeping into his eyes, and the way that he's staring at you, and the rapidity of what he's saying to you, and how quickly he's talking, and there's babbling and kind of some spit coming out the side of his mouth, as if all of a sudden his mind has, it's not broken, but it reminds you of those times when he was on his way toward that. Curtis, I rolled an 8 on obsession. That gives you 3 hold.
Oh, fuck.
Why?
I don't want to solve with that.
I'm gonna cry.
Okay, he'll see that and he'll lower the pipe and get a little bit less frantic, and then I'll run forward and grab Blythe's body and pick her up. And turn around with Sasha. And I'll want to start to head out, but I don't want to leave Joel too far behind.
No, you won't have to leave Joel too far behind, because that's about the time that her hold breaks with him, when he sees you start to grab Blythe and run off. And Joel, endure injury as he swings to fling you across the room.
I'm gonna die too.
Yeah, 18.
Oh, okay.
Is good. So you realize something has happened. His attention has broke from you. You no longer have a hold on him. You dodge as he goes to make a swing for you. You see Harvey grab Blythe's body. Harvey, I need you to act under pressure. As
Jeez!
Oh my god.
Hey, it's
doctor,
better than a 9.
Right.
Slightly.
Yeah,
I'm getting nervous.
Deal with the complication. The complication is the doctor jumps down onto that second level where you are picking up Blythe's body and grabs Blythe's body as if to contest you for it. And now you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. Are you going to continue to fight with this guy for Blythe's body? Or are you going to get with Sasha and get out of here?
Oh my gosh. I'm stressed out. Okay. He'll try to fight it for a moment. Like, he's got tears in his eyes for sure. And he does not want to let her go. But one look over at Sasha, and he
Sasha,
you
see this look on Harvey's face that he just described. They are fighting now for Blythe's body. He's got one hand on one of Blythe's wings as it's stretched lifeless, as Harvey's got the bulk of her torso and is trying to go, and he's holding on exactly like him said. It's a tug of war. And as he's holding on, you see him reaching down to one of the links from this leather outfit that he's wearing, and he's got hooks and blades and all sorts of things hanging off, and he starts to grab this, what looks to be some sort of old hay hook or ice hook. It looks very similar to the hook that Blythe used to rip his throat out in episode 1, and he's reaching for it, and you know what he's going to do with this hook once he gets it in his hand.
What is Sasha kind of panicked and has his hand on Harvey and sees that Harvey doesn't want to let go of Blythe, and he turns and looks at the voice of pain and says, "Let her go." And I want to use commanding voice.
Sweet. Do you have to roll for that?
I do, but I need to know the magic level of the voice of pain, because that's the modifier. I assume it's going to be big.
Fucking astronomical.
Yeah, hang on a second. Magic level is an 8.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Question:
Oh
Do
my
I see?
god.
Do I see the Manhattan too, or do I still see the same?
No, when you all look back, I mean, if you looked back to see where the fuck Dr. Kennedy was going, yeah, you see him fleeing for an exit. It's like a window. It's like just like this, you know, a shimmering magical doorway that leads you right back out into the city.
So is it yet time for me to see what the fuck I come into contact with when I go through? Or are we waiting a minute?
Yeah, is that yeah, Dr.
So
Kennedy?
on a 5, you can
right?
resist, misunderstand, carry it out incorrectly, become angered, or carry it out but gain a magic bond that you will exploit later. I'm not very good at this. I've never had this work, I don't think. Maybe once.
The one time, the first time you got it.
I
So do
assume
you
you'll
make?
just resist.
Yeah, he's just resisting, and you see it happen. Dr. Kennedy, you walk through the hole. You're standing on the street. You turn around, and there's a building behind you. Harvey, I need you to make a choice. You can either let go of Blythe and avoid harm. I mean, and like literally avoid harm. I'll give you the avoid as a perfect roll. Or you can endure injury.
I want to try
And roll.
something.
Okay, what do you want to try?
Oh god.
I rolled an 18 to see through the illusion, and I want to use charismatic aura again. And I want to release Blythe and hold my hands up, and I want to use the advantage where you catch someone's attention, they become curious and approach you. And I kind of want to like gesture for Sasha to like get out of here if he's even going to listen to me. And I want him to approach me as I slowly back up away from Blythe's body.
So you're going to let go of the body?
Yes.
When you let go of the body, he is mesmerized with you, Harvey. His eyes are locked, fixed on you. And he sees your nonverbals. And as you let go of the body, he sort of takes the body still from the wing, and he's holding Blythe like a dead chicken by the wing and just sort of throws her back behind him up against that little bit of a ledge, because you're down on this. You guys are down on this second level here. And then he starts to walk towards you with a smile on his face. He still is gripping the hook.
Well, the purpose, I wanted him to get him to drop her body, and then I want to use my other quick edge.
Right.
And nothing ruins the mood like having to look up rules. Blur of motion. And so I drop her and I step back with my hands up, keeping eye contact with him, letting him approach me. And then in an instant, as soon as he throws Blythe, I run past him and I want to grab her and I want to grab Sasha and I want to get the fuck out.
So the minute that Dr. K appears on an actual fucking New York street and not back in that ritual chamber where he wanted to be, he starts drawing a ritual circle to get him back into that ritual chamber.
Okay.
Because he is the one that still has the key.
Right. Joel, what do you want to do?
Oh, Joel's there too. Oh, no.
I want to use intimidating to get this dude to sit down.
Get out with us. Leave.
I want to do this
Right.
first.
Okay.
And hopefully it goes well. It doesn't end horribly for me.
See, you need to roll plus violence for that.
I did. It was not good.
No.
It
That
was
An-
precisely a 9. So
With a 9.
see you as their primary threat and act accordingly. The GM makes a move for them.
So,
dear.
Harvey, this is brilliant for you because just as you start to do that, the dog seems to grab his attention as you use your quick blur and blow past him, and he can't maintain his fixation on you. There's a distraction, a growl and a bark from Joel over here, and the doctor looks to him or her and then goes to act on Joel. And Joel, you are now this creature's primary threat, and you need to I'm going to give you the option to avoid harm or endure injury because he's coming at you
I'm gonna try
with
to avoid
hook
harm.
in hand.
I'm gonna try to avoid harm.
Go ahead and make that roll.
Right.
Okay. Yay.
So the hook swings out. The dog dodges it. Harvey grabs Blythe's limp, lifeless body. And Sasha, I assume, and they start heading towards this shimmering exit. When you guys look through, you can see a panicked Dr. Kennedy down on the street with chalks in hand, going quickly, scrawling a new way to get back in.
I'm gonna throw Blythe and Sasha in, and I'm not going through without Joel. Like, whether they like it or not, I'm throwing them through. I'm strong.
Okay.
I can do it.
I'm strong. I can do it.
You are. You do have your super Harvey strength and can easily toss the lifeless Blythe through. And Sasha, as long as he allows you. And then what do you do with Joel? Joel just barely missed a hook about the time you turn around.
I'm gonna try to get her out of there, whether I have to run and drag her too, or just yell at her to run at me. I'm not gonna leave without her. So he'll try yelling first, like, Joel, get over here, like frantically, hoping that she's faster than he is since she's a big dog.
Are you gonna pss, 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 pss?
I pull out a dog whistle that only she can hear.
Okay.
Here's my meta concern that I'd like to share with the choir
Go ahead,
here.
Joel. Yes.
I'm not the primary threat, so if I run through the window, is his ass coming after me?
It is a possibility.
That's a little scary, a little sketchy.
But I
I'd
don't
rather you run through the window and us get back to our temple than be here at his temple.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Meta.
my circle is going
Very good.
immediately back to the same like literally through the door that we walked into to get all up in his face. So in all honesty, I'm gonna need all of you as defense while I draw the ritual circle for Blythe.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
and I don't think Joel would just give up at this point. Like, Blythe is dead. And we all know how the revenge thing works with her.
We gotta run, dude.
She probably going back in for some more bitesy bites and some more fightsy fights.
When you say go back in, you mean you're going to go out with a group and then come back in?
No, I mean, she just kind of like barks to like signal for Harvey to just leave. And then
Okay,
she starts
question.
attacking again.
When Joel turns into a dog, where do her guns go?
They just go with the human body, I
Do
guess.
Yeah,
they fall on
just-
the
They just
floor?
kinda-
No, they just
fade
No,
with
it's
the-
druid
with the-
style. They just morph into her.
Darn.
Yo,
Anamorph.
Yup.
her and all of the things that are on her become part of the dog.
Damn
Become
it,
the
I'm not
dog.
leaving if she's not leaving. Joel.
I just need you guys to hold them off for some amount of time.
All right. I mean, I'm just gonna go back to fighting. She's not leaving.
I don't know how you want to work the bound ability, but I still have it. Could I possibly
Okay.
call on Malkuth to hold this creature back, at least for a little while?
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, I'm running out of options.
When you start to make that mental connection with Malkuth, you don't hear a voice per se, but you are riddled with the feeling that this is not your fight, Harvey. Anybody who stays to fight with this is going to become part of the pain. They're going to die.
Oh, man.
Joel is next to die.
Ooh, okay.
I just put you in a position.
You did. You did.
Are you saying any of this out loud?
No. I'm like trying to figure out what to do. I'm not saying any of this out loud. He throws you guys through the portal and then he yells out to Joel and she doesn't do anything. And so then his eyes go with that brief black and purple swirl, but it doesn't last long and he swears loudly. Joel, I swear to God, you need to get, this isn't our fight. We can't fight this guy. We'll find another way. You need to come here now. And he'll ignore the voice of pain and go straight to her and pick her up, drag her by the fur, punch her, and knock her out if he has to. He is going to get Joel out of there and go through the portal.
And you already tossed out Blythe, I know. And did you toss Sasha out too? Or is
Yeah.
Sasha... Okay.
I tried to.
Right. I'll let you do that.
I'm not super strong. I mean,
No. And Joel, while strong as a dog, is not as strong as Super Harvey when she's grabbed by the scruff.
Like a
And-
bad pup.
Yeah. And Dr. Kennedy, everybody pops out on the street. The Blythe's body comes flying out and rolls into your partially completed circle as you're getting ready to prep this ritual. As you need everybody, she's dead. And she lands there in front of you. Sasha comes out next. Shortly thereafter, here comes Harvey and Joel. The last thing you guys hear as you go through that portal is the laughter of the voice of pain, the doctor of Golab, Blythe's ex-husband. I say ex now because she's dead. And your ritual, Dr. Kennedy, is not going to work. I'll just save you some time.
We could have.
No.
Everybody's in
Done.
pretty bad
It's
shape.
done.
Am I
It's
still
done.
a dog?
It's his temple. We shouldn't have gone.
We have to go.
No.
Yes.
I
Not going-
erase a couple of the symbols and redraw them so that it takes it back to my temple.
This
Oh,
is our own hubris. Okay? We This is-
We have to be able to, or
or what?
this is going to continue. This trap, this monstrous destruction of what we are capable of as humans. We have to be able to change it.
Just because you want to doesn't mean it will. We have to go.
Joel in dog form is just. It's still in dog form, yeah. Just laying over by Blythe's body, whimpering and crying.
She is dead.
She's not. I can.
Yeah, you can bring her back.
bring-
Whatever. Her, David, whatever. It doesn't mean that we're safe. And Sasha walks over to Harvey and grabs him by the hand. Get him. We have to go. We cannot stay here, Harvey. We cannot stay here.
Where do we go?
To the temple, somewhere that isn't here.
Okay. How?
Ernie, you can come or not. I don't give a fuck. We have
Well,
to
I'm
go.
the one fucking drawing the circle, aren't I, Sasha?
Sasha goes and picks up Blythe's body, and lightning speed, he's out of there. Gone.
He'll meet us there, I guess. And I finish drawing the circle and open the portal directly back to the apartment within literally 2 minutes.
I sense a little spite in that comment.
Before going through his little circle, I would have crouched by Joel and gently pet her head between her ears. Jojo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. About all of this? Really? We gotta go back, okay? We'll bring her back. We'll regroup. We got each other, right?
Her big head like swings around and she just like puts her head on top of your leg.
I'm sorry I grabbed you by the scruff. I know that was probably demeaning and I don't think they're going to give us time to really grieve this much.
She nods, gets up.
I'll make
And
you
then-
breakfast food later, okay? Anything you want.
Nods and walks through the portal.
I'll follow.
When you come out on the other side, Joel, you are you again. You're all back
Tears.
at the building, Malkuth's temple, Dr. Kennedy's domain, his lair. Sasha, is that where you were going with Blythe?
Yes.
Is he there?
Yes. He can be pretty fucking quick when he needs to be.
Joel walks up and slaps him across the face. She doesn't say anything. She just turns around and walks off.
Shouldn't like that.
And I've already instructed the people in the Flak Chatter building to take her body to a ritual chamber where I can fucking draw the ritual to bring her back.
Is this gonna work, Ernie?
I don't know. I don't. For the love of everything that's good in the world, I hope that it does.
Dr. Kennedy, you are in the ritual room with Blythe's body. Does anybody go to watch this, or do you all just sort of wait in the lobby for the doctor to come out and say?
I was gonna wait in the lobby.
Yeah, I think Joel would wait in the lobby too.
Dr. Kennedy, you are performing this ritual, and then you perform it again, and then you perform it again. And every time you realize that there was more to this killing than just the physiological act that killed her.
And I
That-
will use my speak to the dead.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
who's
pretty
at what
cool.
now?
Haven't done that yet.
You have a thing?
But you get, I'm on my side now.
Right. I'd even forgotten that you even had that.
Finally, one twist.
So I'll let you speak to the dead. I didn't even see a roll for it.
No, it's just one of those things in like that's just barely kind of even mentioned in the notes that you left me on my page. Speak to the
right,
dead
okay.
is one of my it's
One of the things you can do. All right, so I'm gonna let Blythe speak to you, but Blythe doesn't know where she's at yet. So Blythe, you are in a place you don't know. You can hear Ernie's voice calling to you. You don't. When you look down, you don't see anything. And you try to look at your arms and hands; they're not there. It's not that you're invisible. Your consciousness is awake in a sense, but you're in a blur. And you hear Dr. Kennedy's voice. Dr. Kennedy, what do you say to Blythe?
Darling, I can't. The things that I can do, I can't bring you back. Where are you?
I don't know. I don't know where I am. I can't see anything. How are you here?
No.
Oh, is everyone okay? What happened?
Nothing good, child. Nothing good.
But everyone's okay. Joel's okay. Harvey, is he
No. No one's okay because you're not with us. We're all alive, if that's what you're asking, but no. No one's okay.
I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
Nothing. Nothing about this is your fault.
I made you go in there. I was selfish and I put you guys in danger and David, oh my god, David.
Blythe. David comes up behind you Dr. Kennedy, you're starting to lose your connection.
What? Like, are yeah?
He's here.
Blythe, David says it's time to go.
Where are we going?
It's time to go, Blythe.
They're my friends. I can't just leave them.
They're strong. They'll be fine.
Did you know this was gonna happen?
No. We all tried to stop it. I tried to stop it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make this happen.
He looks at you, and it's a knowing look. It's a look of compassion. And he reaches out as if to touch your forehead. You don't sense any physical being, but you notice the motion. Dr. Kennedy, I'm sorry is the last words that you hear. And then it is just you and your 3 friends waiting outside in the hall or in another room or wherever.
I'm gonna say he's broken down in tears because that's where I am right now.
Dr. Kennedy comes into the room where you're all waiting, and the answer to your question is posted across his face.
What the fuck? What do you? No, do something. You son of a bitch. Do something.
Stop. He already tried. Look at him. It's pathetic enough. She's gone.
God.
She's not coming back.
I hope it hurts.
Sasha,
Fuck
don't
you,
say that.
Sasha. God damn it.
He's brought so many of us back. He brought you back when you ripped your own heart out. Sasha, don't say that. Okay? Sometimes you just can't cheat death. We've gotten lucky.
God damn it.
Go cool off.
No. This is not how this ends. This is not. He does not get away with this.
God, believe me, he fucking won't.
What are you guys gonna do? Sign another revenge oath, make him a 3rd slave? Okay, he's more powerful than us. Fucking deal with it. We don't have to go back. It's out of our hands.
I'll redirect everything
We're not
that I
gods.
have. But we should be.
Get over yourself. You have some kind of superiority complex? Yes, I'm grateful for you for all that you've done, but some things just aren't possible.
But she
We're
believed
not
that they were.
helping.
They should be. they should be possible. This is what we're destined for.
It's what you want us to be destined for. Shed those tears. Shed them for all the murders. Shed them. You arrogant fuck.
Can we go see her?
Of course.
When you go into the ritual room, Harvey, Blythe is laying peacefully on the floor. Her wings are partially spread out, her hands across her chest. She's in the middle of this circle. It's been drawn, a ritualistic circle similar to ones you've seen Dr. Kennedy do before. There's candles lit, other little baubles and objects laying about.
I want to try to call upon Malkuth again while I'm in here. He kind of goes up to her and kneels by the bedside for a moment and closes his eyes and just concentrates.
Yes, Harvey.
She didn't deserve this. We were there to help you. To use your key to unlock a door for you. And we came out with one less friend. She didn't deserve this. There's got to be a way to bring her back. We can't do what you want without her.
Harvey.
What's it gonna take? More of my soul? I'll give it to you. I don't care anymore. You can have it all.
Harvey, are you listening to me? Do I have your attention?
Yes.
Death is only the beginning. And that's what we're going to end tonight's show.
What? You can't
He's such a dick.
We're already an hour over. And I think that's a beautiful ending. Not beautiful, just beautiful for KULT. And because I wanted to have a few extra moments to release with everybody for a moment before we head out for the night. And yeah, we're like an hour over time. Sasha sent me a message at some point, said, you're gonna have to like move this thing up if you want something to happen. It was just, everything was happening beautifully. You guys fought hard. You fought harder than I hoped you were, but luckily I got some moves in. Wow, that was perfect. That was a nice dramatic conclusion to our episode as Invisible Duke shakes his head. Yeah, so
Chris, I love you. I
you
didn't mean any of that.
He knows. Beautiful role playing.
No, I know.
I'm gonna say let's go around the table, but I want you guys to take a few extra minutes if you would like to discuss or to say something. I don't know exactly what you want to say, but you can say anything you want. Take as much time as you want, and let's go around. And although I've said we may pull these characters out for some shots in the future when we need to, let's go around the table and say goodbye to these characters, and we will start at the other end like we always do with Harvey Winston.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to say. Oh my god. What an appropriate ending, but also very unsatisfying. I want everyone to be happy, but they can't be happy. This is this game.
It's
Oh
KULT.
man. I just love the character development of just everyone. Man, I can't. I'm speechless. I don't really have much else to say. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jahoy_maybe. And you can also join our Discord, where that is my name on the Discord as well. If you ever want to chat about stuff, I'll be there. Everyone's there. We share memes. We're all very friendly. Like this little hodgepodge group, we are a family, except there's a lot less deaths. Um, yeah, thank you, Curtis, for bringing this game. We've been saying all week how anxious we are and how it's so bittersweet because we've just fallen in love with the story and the role play and all that. And yeah, good job. I'm very happy with it. And there's also a big, massive hole in my heart.
Well, you're very welcome, and it was a pleasure. Did you throw out your socials?
Yes, I did.
Okay, very good. All right, then let's go down to the Hound.
I am like
She hates me right now.
slightly. I still love you.
She's gonna send me nasty messages tonight and tomorrow.
Maybe. I'm thinking about it. I think.
What the fuck, dude?
I think the most interesting thing about this game for me, because I came late in the game, I wasn't right out the gates, which I had time to sit and kind of watch and see some of the characters develop. It's funny to me how every single character went through this development stage. And, we either became better people, we became closer as people, we've learned things about ourselves. And then we get to this end, this beautiful, tragic end. And I feel like every bit of character development that Joel just had flew out the fucking window. And she's back to square fucking one.
Revenge!
She's regressed. She's going back to her hidey hole.
Yeah, so I feel like I've hit the whole story. We started with Blythe, now we've ended with Blythe. Joel's little mini circle as she developed as a character. Now we're back to the square one.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's beautiful, and I loved it. And thanks for ruining this makeup that I spent way too long on.
So Joel goes back to her safe house, and you don't see her for about a month.
We're not gonna let that happen.
She's just yeah. I imagine that's probably what would happen. Her and Ernie are just sitting around going, okay, what do we fucking do now? How do we get back at this bastard? What do we do? Yeah, it's been a beautiful game. Thank you guys so much for letting me join you and talking me into joining you. It's really added a lot to my week and has kept me going. And so I love you guys and I appreciate you, and you're so talented. I'm also the community manager here at TTRP Theater. So like Jaylee said, join our Discord, follow us on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. I just about said Instagram again. We don't have a fucking Instagram. I'm going to have to make one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so go follow all those fun things because we are starting a new adventure, putting these characters on the shelf for maybe a while. Get over the emotional distress of how I feel right now. And maybe we'll revisit later.
I'll let you vent it out in a new way, in a new story. Awesome. Thank you, Joel. And that leaves us here with Dr. Kennedy in the middle.
How dare you make me feel these feels, sir?
I'm sorry. I can't take full credit for it. It wasn't completely my idea.
Well,
but
also
we'll get to her in a second.
I mean, if this was the story, then I would have felt these feels anyway. Oh, I've already had to blow my nose. I've already had to cry quite some bit. Good God, I have felt more feels playing this game than I have in most of my roles on stage. And I've had a lot of legitimately gut-wrenching fucking roles. on stage. Like, what we've been able to accomplish in this game is fucking amazing. I'm about to cry again. All over.
I'm sending you hugs through the computer. You can't cry again or you'll make me cry.
Well, then tell us about Mew Jackman. Throw out your socials.
Yeah, I'll just say, follow me on Twitter at Chris Stone Cypher. Follow Mew Jackman at the greatest meowman on Instagram.
We're gonna have to do a different post-mortem later after
Yeah,
we've
we may have
settled.
to. The good news is Dr. Kennedy still has some work to do. We still have story for Dr. Kennedy that we're working on, and that is not going away. It is still there, and timing hasn't been on our side as far as getting any work done on it, but it is still a project that we will do. An amazing job, Mr. Stone Cypher. Definitely. We appreciate it. And we appreciate all the
I love
feels.
you all.
I love it. I wanted to make everybody feel tonight. That was sort of our dual goal, wasn't it, Blythe? As I segue to...
It sure was. After last episode, I went to Curtis and I was like, I want to die.
She said, there's only one way I can let go of this character.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
And
I was down.
yeah, I just thought it was really like it completed Blythe's transformation. You know, she started out as a selfish little asshole, and then she turned into like, you know, she went through this awakening and she became an angel and she got her wings, and then, you know, the only way I could see her going out was if she died fighting for her friends. So
You fought hard in every battle. You did good.
hmm
This one wasn't meant for you,
no.
but you did good.
So yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Krista the Barista. You can also find me on Twitter now because I deleted all my angsty teenage bullshit. And it's
New and
Krista.
improved Twitter.
Yes. Krista with 4 E's and super obnoxious.
We love it. Thank you, Blythe and Krista, the
You're
barista.
welcome.
And that leaves us with my right hand in this whole TTRP thing, who's kept me alive. Well, I got Blythe too. Well, not Blythe, Joel. Yeah, you there.
The triumvirate.
You. Yeah, definitely. But I'm trying to think of some segue to get to Sasha. So, Sasha.
This hasn't happened in a minute, so
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh.
thank you for convincing me that this is what I wanted to do, Curtis. Chris, Jaylee, thank you for starting, Jesus, however long ago it was, 2 years ago, 2+ years ago, when we all sat down together at a table and played D&D together for the first time. Thank you for letting me convince you to do this. Erica, thank you for letting me bully you into coming on camera with us. Krista, I have been in love with Blythe from the first time you made Sasha turn around and take your hand and bring you in from the rain. This whole thing has just been one of the, if not the best gaming experiences I've ever had. And I'm grateful for every minute of it. And I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for this whole thing. And I'm not sad it's over. I'm not glad it's over, but I'm grateful. That's what I am. I'm grateful. My name is Duke. I'm the creative director here at TTRP Theater. We have all kinds of fun, interesting, different stuff that we do every week. So check out the schedule, join us for some other games. But really, to me, this is the most important one. So I love you all, and I can't wait to see you next week when we all change characters and start on a new trip, as it would be.
It is going to be a new trip. And
I see what you did there.
Yeah, many different forms. many different forms of the word. Thank you, players. Chris, I'm sorry. You're taking it a bit hard today. I appreciate that. It lets me know I did a good job. And you did a good job, and that these guys all did a good job too. Wow. I have a note here that says, do your personal goodbye. Yeah, do your personal goodbye. And there's a couple of things I want to say. One, this is TTRP's first completed series. We've started several. This is the first one that we've actually finished. You know how it is when you play roll-top games. A lot of times things fall through, and we've had some games that have fallen through. We've still got several good games that are going strong. Land of Dark Dreams will probably set the record for our longest. I don't know. We've got King Ginger and the D&DDT team. They may go on for a while too. So our 5e games are running neck and neck, or will be running neck and neck for the longest running series. But this is our first completed series. KULTs, those games usually are a little bit shorter. We don't have 20 levels to get through like the D&D guys do. But this has been as wonderful for me as it is for you. I'm not taking it quite so hard because I've got like several other KULT games that are still brewing in my head. And for me, you're all still alive and well, ready to head into new bodies come next week. So this will hit me in a day or two probably. And I'll realize, wait, that's all over. I don't have to do that anymore. One other thing I wanted to mention, that this is the very first KULT game any of us have ever played. So when you go back, and if you're watching any of the videos and you go, oh, Curtis, you fucked up that, or any of the moves that I made tonight that seemed to be too edged and stuff, I was totally funneling these guys to an end. And it worked out really well. And still, I was trying to give them as much agency as I possibly could without spoiling what I had planned. And they did great. And they have done great in every episode that we've done. So, being new to KULT, and I think I speak for all of us, we love this game, and I love this game, and it gives us a chance to do some really cool stuff that we might not get to do in some other games as far as role play and whatnot. It just all depends, but I've had a great time, and I want to thank everybody out there for coming to watch. Thanks again to Helmgast for publishing this fantastic 4th edition of KULT. KULT Divinity Lost. If you want to play at home, you can go to check out KULTDivinityLost.com, and everything you need will be right there. Thanks again to Roll20 for being our virtual tabletop. They have the character sheets for both the 3rd edition of the original KULT game as well as sheets for the 4th edition Divinity Lost. So you can use Roll20 and play KULT with your friends all across the country, just like we do. We are all scattered from soon to be coast to coast. Let's see. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. It is our key to the rest of the world. It's free, and it helps KULT fans like you help find KULT players like us. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's written down, but I already messed it up. Like and follow on Facebook and Twitter. Please join our Discord server before Izzy drives us all crazy. Links to all of that is down below. Follow us. I want to thank those who hosted us tonight. I saw we had a peak in viewers. We got a host or a raid. Thank you if you hung around to watch the rest of it. We always seem to we pick up viewers right at the end of our show every time. But come back, because we're not done with KULT in any fashion. It's hit so well that DM Opal, who runs our Land of Dark Dreams 5e game, thinks that we have 5 KULT games going. She's like, said it during the stream, how many KULT games are you running right now? 3, 4? Like, it's just one, really, at the moment. Well, we've got 2 now. Heartland is coming back. And then Manhattan is gone, but Long Strange Trip starts next week. If you want to help us keep doing this, the best way is through word of mouth and always be watching. If you want to help get in on the build, visit our Patreon. You can help keep these stories and new and even more exciting Tales of the Dice for as little as $1 a month. If you join at the $5 or $10 level, you also get an invite to join our monthly Patreon game, which is not a streamed game. It's just for those who help support us. And we are about ready to start that. We haven't even started it yet, but we're starting it in February, the last Sunday of the month. And we will be playing the D&D 5e, the Temple of Elemental Evil. And it is my conversion that I've been working on for the last couple of years into 5e, and I'm not the greatest 5e D&D. I tried to DM a couple of 5e games at the start of TTRP. I think KULT has warmed me up, and I've learned a few things since then. So it should be a lot of fun. It's not streamed. It's just for fun for those of you who help us pay the bills. So you're welcome to do that if you join up our Patreon. And it'll be a wicked good time. Our goal has always been story first at TTRP, stories that are appealing, and even more importantly, interesting characters that change and develop just like these guys did as that story unfolds. All of our game masters, King Ginger, DM Opal, Duke runs a game. We've had some other game masters that have come through, have all done a fantastic job executing that mission, as well as all of their role players that play their games during this first season. We've been doing this for about 7 months now, and I think we're making great progress. We've made some mistakes along the way, and we've learned a lot through the support of our community, patrons, and publishers who aren't afraid to work with startups like us, specifically Helmgast and Magpie Games, who've reached out to us. And we are working with more and more people. I've had some other publishers reach out, so we are expanding there. And for those of you who send me messages and say, you fucked up a rule, I appreciate it. Thank you for that information. That helps us get better. Thanks and love to all of you. I hope that the new stuff that we have planned coming up next week measures up to what we've done with Manhattan. To wrap up, since we've gone on forever, I'd like to give a final shout out to each of you, the ones who watch, the ones who help pay the bills, the ones who help create, the ones who help perform, and all of you who support independent creative work. This is a new format of storytelling and performance, and your support, whether it's eyeballs or tweets or the money that we desperately need, thank you. Thank you for watching. And from all of us here in Manhattan to all of you out there, we say good night, sweet dreams, and we love you. Say it.
Good
Night.
night.
Sweet
Sweet
dreams.
dreams.
We
Nice
love
to
you.
We love you all.
Love you so much.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Shiver, shiver.